Hey, hello everyone. My name is Sean Simons, and you're listening to PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast. Yeah, we have connection. Good deal. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. My name is Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa. Man, we got an amazing show for you tonight, so thank you very much for joining us here. Look at everyone that's on here. We got so many people. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody real quick. We got willflyppg.com. Thank you, Will, for being in the house. We got Flying Flamingo Jade and Eric. They're still on the road from Bad Apples. Welcome. Glad that you can make it here. Linda Anderson, our cheerleader. You got your pom-poms? Yay, she's got her pom-poms. We got Shannon and Mickey in the house. What's up, Shannon and Mickey? Never trust a skinny chef, Shane, ppgshane.com. Got the parrot chick. What's up, girl? Nice that you... Nice to see that, what is that, a parrot chick pie behind you? Good deal. Love it. JP Tool, jptool.com. He's going to be taking care of us. He's going to be putting your names in the spinning wheel of winning things. So make sure you say hi to JP. We also got Mark George from ParaswagUSA.com. You know, I try to do it as good as him, but I just can't do it. And of course, the guy that you come here for, so you can ask questions. And actually, he has a PowerPoint that no one has actually ever had a PowerPoint. So I'm very impressed with this guy, Andy Holmes PPG Safe. Welcome to the show, sir.
Oh man, I didn't know I was the only guy to ever do a PowerPoint. That's the most exciting thing you're going to hear from me. I can make PowerPoints. So, well, thank you for having me. The first time I was on this show as a guest it was about 3 months ago. I was actually on the show before. You might not have even realized it, but Jade and Eric showed up in my yard while this show was going on, and they live streamed from their Zoom cell phone. But I was taking off and flying in my backyard because they wanted to show their parents what paragliding was all about, and they were visiting in my area up here, and they came and said, "Hey, we saw you on the USPPA website. Would you mind actually just putting on a quick demonstration for what you do? Because we don't have our gear and we want to show our parents." And so I've already been on the show. So thanks, guys. It's been great. Any questions?
Nope, that's it. That was
okay.
a great show. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. So about this amazing PowerPoint, let me go ahead and wow you guys with this PowerPoint. I think we're going to go ahead and start off from the beginning. So just a little bit about me. I'm Andy, and professionally, I'm an educator first. A flight instructor second, and also have a commercial pilot's license third for flying cans, not just paragliding. So I am flying and teaching in the Pacific Northwest, up in Northwest Washington. Currently, I know one pilot that lives within 75 miles of here. So we're pretty sparse up here, but my goal is to kind of change that and get started. So I'm just going to tell you a little story of my background. I've taught high school or secondary science. I've taught middle school and high school science for the past 20 years. I also started and built from my garage a company called Kite Paddle Surf, which is a kiteboarding business. Paddle surf, stand-up paddle boarding, and then surf equipment as well. I started that about 16 years ago. It sold it 5 years ago. It's still going. And started flying airplanes about 20 years ago. And feel free, interrupt, yell at me. I'm not watching chat while I am going through the pictures. So feel free, anybody, stop me, hop in. I'm just going to kind of give you a quick background, then we can talk paramotor. So for 15 years, kiteboarding was my big passion. I was never a major competitor freestyle, but I certainly did all sorts of things, tricks, jump in a. I guess my claim to fame is that back in 2016, I was one of the highest kiteboarding jumpers, meaning jumping off the water into the air. I was one of the highest, and then I blew my knee out. So I do continue to kiteboard now, but I was kind of looking at other things to do, and paragliding and powered paragliding were some of those things that I wanted to do that I never had time for. So this kiteboarding shop that I started grew to be one of the major. I would say it was definitely in the top 10 in the United States, maybe the top 5 for a while. My wife and I ran it. Started from our garage. We bought we moved into a retail location, had a shop, storefront, employees, and we decided we were doing all that while we were teaching. When my wife's a teacher as well. And we decided to sell it because either the business had grown to the point where we were gonna quit our teaching jobs, or we were gonna do the kiteboarding full time. We decided we had a good 10 years at it. We sold it, and that kind of freed us up a little bit more than we were. So what happened after we sold the shop? We had a little bit of extra money, and we decided we wanted to move into a new house. And so we kind of started thinking about living next to a lake. And so we were looking for that. And what I wanted, even though I had not flown myself, I'd been on 2 tandem rides on a free flight. I wanted a place where I could take off and land. And so kind of magically, this place appeared. That's the view from our deck of Mount Baker. And we had to settle for this. So we ended up moving here. And as you can see, I got a big lawn out there. And I bought a house first and then started learning paragliding. And I went to Canada, which is 5 miles north of here. The border is 5 miles from here, but I would travel. It would take me about an hour. It was the closest paragliding and paramotor school. So I went up to Canada to learn how to paraglide and paramotor at the same time. Learned at Woodside, BC. This is one of the mountains. This is the first mountain I ever jumped off of while I was learning. The guy on the left is Jim Reish. He's from Fly, BC. He does paramotor and paragliding training. And so I flew all sorts of places up in Canada, got my Canadian rating, and then close to home, this is my home hill, Blanchard. You can hike up, you can drive up, but that's kind of the view on the right-hand side there. You can kind of see we're basically taking off this mountain over the San Juan Islands. And I don't actually know how many flights I have. It's at least 50. It's probably more. But this is kind of my go-to spot for flying. So I was paragliding. I learned a paramotor. I went through the Canadian program. And then what happened is I bought some gear from one of my instructors. And what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to try to share. I think I have to stop sharing to do this. I'm going to show you guys my first attempt at taking off after buying brand new gear, and taking off without my instructor there. So I've never flown this before, and I'm going to click some buttons here so that this video should work. But this is my initial fail. And I'm going to see if it works. Bear with me a moment here. So this is my first powered paragliding takeoff on my own. All right. I hope. Let's see. I got to stop sharing again. Bear with me just a moment. Were you guys able to see that, by the way?
We saw it, but
Unfortunately, yes.
maybe you
Yes.
can walk through it real quick with us and go step by step of what
Yeah.
happened.
Sure. So let me get that screen back up here, and I just want to make sure you can see it right now on my screen here. You guys got video there?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see my mouse as I
Yes.
move it?
Yes.
Okay. So I got my new rig. It had been actually probably 2 to 3 months. It took me 2 to 3 months to get my motor. And the motor I bought from Canada, and so it wasn't really convenient for me to go up there. And I felt pretty confident. I can, I had it under control, but it had been 2 to 3 months since I flew, and so I went out by my parents' place, and you can see I picked an area here that if I had a nice stiff breeze in my face, I might have been able to get off in this area right here. And usually in my training, I had a lot of wind, so my takeoffs were pretty short. This may be one of my first forwards ever, actually.
When
Without
we're
any,
when we're looking at this, it looks like it's pretty flat right where you are.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that higher grass in the background there? Yeah. What is that? Is that higher grass or what is
it's
that?
like a cabbage farm at the end of the season. And so all the cabbage had been pulled out. And so it was just really rough and sinky. And it was, as a new pilot, it was a terrible choice for me to set up here in the first place. So that's problem number one. But I'm going to do a forward. My first almost no wind forward. In training, we always had wind, so when I did forwards, I was always getting pulled back to the point where almost falling over backwards, but I still had to do them. This is my first nil wind forward, and so as I go, I bring up the wing.
Which was a beautiful inflation.
It was, but as it came up, it's off to my right. And as I'm running there, I'm hitting.
Did you actually take a look to the left and right when you had it above your head?
Gosh, this is 3 years ago, so I'm having trouble remembering what I did at that point. I had my dad out of camera view giving me a thumbs up though.
Okay.
So I had some eyes on me. He gave me the thumbs up, but he's not a paramotor pilot. He's not a pilot. He just saw my wing was above me and didn't recognize anything. This is kind of one of the morals of the story as to why I ended up wanting to be an instructor, because I was here using my dad as a thumbs up. He was saying it was looking good, and I pushed the throttle on about here, but my wing is still to the right, and now I'm running a lot farther than I had anticipated, and now I'm running through cabbage and junk, and as we get to about here, I get lifted just a little bit, but my wing is kind of oscillating a little bit, and there I go down, tripping on a cabbage, or it was not a good spot to be running. And as I go down, my cage actually opens up. My cage opens when I fall down. The cage didn't hit the ground, but the impact of me landing on my hands opens it up. Lines go in, and chop, chop, chop. Ended up chopping about 14 lines on the brand new glider. Ended up having to buy a new cage, had to buy a new prop. All in all, cost me, it was about you can see just my wing just not even flying properly anymore, because half the lines are gone on that side. And ended up being, I think, $850 to $1,000 in repairs on my first attempted flight. So not the great get out of school and go fly your gear experience. Did you have any other questions? Does anybody else have any questions on this? It was absolutely my fault.
Yeah. Any questions on the panel or in the chat?
What frame did you say you're on?
That was a Sky Country frame. The instructor that I had in Canada was a Sky Country dealer, and so I basically just went with what my instructor up there had sold, was selling. So it was a sky country, which is very uncommon here. And it's a lot like a Yuta, kind of like a Yuta yak, but thinner aluminum. So I learned quickly that as aluminum hits the ground, it does not like to bend and then get rebent back. It likes to break.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, titanium will bend back, aluminum not so much.
Yep. So I don't.
So when you hit the ground, are you saying the cage flexed enough to have the prop contact the netting?
So it was a three-piece cage. That the cage was actually carbon, which is another thing that I don't recommend for first pilots is carbon. And it was a three-piece, and it used basically like a bicycle quick release to put them together. And I thought I had put them together as hard as they needed to be, but it came loose when I fell. And so that section came apart, and it let the lines into the prop. And then when the prop started breaking off into pieces, all sorts of the cage got damaged. The arm going out to support the hoop got damaged. So lots of repairs there. And one thing I also learned there is that it's hard to get parts from an obscure company in the United States. So they're from the Ukraine. So getting parts to replace what I had damaged ended up actually taking 3 months. So it was extremely frustrating because I knew I had messed up, but I had to wait a long time in order to get back in the air.
Were you hurt at all?
Nope, just my pride. My family was my mom and dad and my brother was there. Just my pride, embarrassed by it.
So Andy, if it weren't for that field, the cabbage field, do you feel like you would have launched successfully?
There's a good chance I would have, because ultimately I tripped. And if it had been an oscillation that I had dampened, then I probably could have taken it off. But there's multiple things here. Bad selection, bad of a field. So I picked a bad field. I didn't have the wing fully above me before I added throttle. I could have oscillated out and just fell on the ground anyway, even if it had been a good field. But I'm thinking that probably the field was a big contributing factor there.
Did you walk the field before you flew out of it or try to fly out of it?
I did, but I was I was overconfident in my abilities to get off the ground. I didn't think it would take me that far because in my training I always had wind. I know this is my first nil wind takeoff. Normally in training I was up in maybe 5 to 6 steps, 5 to 6 running steps. But this one, it was ignorance. I just didn't know. But hopefully that doesn't set the stage. I've grown as a pilot from this, and that was a long time. That was 3 seasons ago, my first season. So I'm gonna go back to my slides if that's okay, and then I'll kind of just see where I grew from there. So I didn't quit the sport or anything over this. In fact, the absence of not being able to fly for such a long time really kind of got me eager to fly more. It was not being able to fly made me want to fly more. So this is where I live here by the lake there, and I started doing little trips. Little cross countries, and so I'd fly out to the water, which is about 15 miles, and then I'd start doing longer trips. This is a 41-mile trip, round trip, just flying different areas around here. Went out to one of the closer islands that we have here, Lummi Island, and I think that was a 50-mile trip. and started exploring the mountains that we have behind us. So you can see on the right hand side up there, that's Mount Baker. That's the mountain that's in my background here. So I started flying up in the foothills. And while I'm doing this, I'm also actually free flying. So out here, there's a hill that I free fly regularly, and I started paramotoring over there rather than driving over there at times. This is my biggest flight that I did. It was, what does it say there? 67 miles. It was 2 hours and 59 minutes in the air. And that was on a Kona 31 meter with a Moster 185. So I pretty much maxed out the fuel on that trip.
You had 5 gallons on that one?
No, this is 3 gallons.
You did 3 hours at 3 gallons.
Correct. And the way I did that is when I'm over these mountains over here, I'm trying to use the thermals to my benefit. So I'm trying to cross-country thermal as I'm motoring. So I'm trying to use as little power as possible.
That is really awesome. Real quick too, and what is this? How am I seeing this? What app is this, or what am I seeing? How are you doing this?
So this is Avery, Avryi. It's a great app that you can. It's a great website where if you track it, I use my Samsung phone here to track my flying. It records it. It creates an IGC file. You just upload that to Avryi, and it actually does a really actually. This is nothing. I gotta share this with you. If you have not seen this before.
Okay.
Just give me a moment here. So this is okay. This is a flight. I'm gonna just play it for you from the beginning. Go back here, and I can zoom in.
You're gonna have to change your view. We still see your.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, that's right.
Go ahead and change this now. If you guys haven't seen this, this is worth the price of admission. This is where, if you haven't seen this before and you're not using this, then I just made your day, because it's easy to do. I use on my phone, I use XC Track is the app I use. XC like cross country, XC Track. It's a paragliding app. Helps you track your speed, distance, wind speed. It calculates wind speeds aloft. All sorts of amazing tools for paragliding, but it's awesome for paramotoring as well. The feature I like most about it is it tracks thermals. So if you're in a thermal, it picks that up and it will visually put it on the map, but it also records it in 3D, so you can do cool things like this. And I'll speed it up here to 32, but basically it's like a Google Earth, and are you guys able to see this now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to just fast forward here and show you guys just what it's like. This is just a cross country flight, so it's not that exciting, but it tracks it all to where you can look at it. And just a beautiful way of showing the three-dimensional flights. That's where I live. So I'm coming in for a landing there, and there I'm done. So it's Avryi, and then it stores it stores them on there for you too. Have you guys not seen this before? Is this all new?
I have
That's
an
new to me.
iPhone, and I use Skyfly High or Fly Sky High.
You can do that. You can do that as well.
It makes it Track 24. Yeah, I use that.
So you can use the file that it outputs to create this. This is an SIV course I did, and I recorded this. This is up here where I'm doing SATs. You can see I was getting towed up on the boat and then doing SATs and nose down spirals and stuff. Anyhow, that's
That's pretty
That's
cool.
Avery, Avryi. Oops, didn't mean to go back all the way. Let me get
AYVRI, right?
Avryi.
Looked like it was AYVRI.
You're probably
Yeah.
right. You're probably
Hey,
right.
did you toss the laundry in your SIV clinic?
Yes, I did.
Awesome.
Did you map it with this when you did it?
I
With-
did not. Because at that time, let's see, I actually have an SIV slide here. I was going to talk about that in a minute. There you go. That's not me, by the way, but I did this. I did throw the laundry. I had a phone that wasn't waterproof at that time, so I didn't want to take my phone when I was going to go throw my reserve, because I was going to end up in the lake 100%. Last flight of the day on my SIV course, so we're talking 9th flight. You get 9 flights over 3 days. I take my phone. I'm like, okay, I'm not throwing my reserve. And they had a new boat driver to take me off. I'm running towards the lake, wings in the air, and he doesn't put on enough. Gas, and I just literally run right into the lake with my phone, which wasn't waterproof, and that was the end of the phone.
Oh, no.
So, anyhow, other than that, SIV training was awesome. I highly recommend it. This is all without a motor. I went to Matt Henze and said, look, I'm paying you a lot of money. I want you to scare me. I want you to push my limits. I want you to, I don't want to take it easy. I want you to basically show me what I can do. I trust you. And so second flight up, the first one, he's like, okay, do a asymmetrical collapse, asymmetrical, do a full collapse. The second flight ever, I'm like, can I do a sat? And he said, sure, let's do a sat. And so I have 2 radios, 2 reserves, and he walks me through the nose down spiral, which if you haven't done one, they're really strenuous. They pull really, really hard. I was surprised by that. Like it's hard to lift my arms with the amount of G's. And then we went into a sat, which wasn't quite as bad. And on half of the other flights, I worked. It was such a fun maneuver. I worked half of the other flights on just perfecting the sat. Not that I've ever done one since, but it was amazing to be swirling around backwards around the wing through the reserve on purpose. Did stalls. Stalls are scary. And that's next time I go, I'm hoping to go this summer. I would like to work on stalls more, just because I am literally afraid of stalls still after doing probably 6 stalls. They're the scary thing.
How hard did you have to pull down to stall your wing?
Really hard. Way harder than I thought. And that was on a Kona, which is also Ozone's Buzz, just with trimmers on it, which is a very popular paragliding wing. But I was really surprised at how hard and how long and how many warning signs the wing gave.
Did you have to do a wrap to actually stall it? Because I had to wrap 3 times to stall my wing.
I probably did just to do that. And for the sat, I also had to do 2 wraps in order to get my wing to sat. And I learned the hard way, you should have gloves in an SIV course if you're doing wraps.
yes, you should.
Yeah. So I got some burns on my hands because you're pulling really, really hard on some of those. So
it's hard to do big ears when you're just flying naturally, just flying around to pull big ears. I mean, you can really feel it on your fingertips. I mean, if you're going to just do big ears when you're flying, wear gloves, right?
I tend to not wear gloves unless it's cold. But what Matt Henze said is I was using my finger right here. And he's like, you don't ever want to wrap around your finger. You want to use the meat of your hand. So when you're wrapping, put it down here. I also put on a pair of gloves, which which really helped. But I was wrapping on my knuckle right here, and I probably still have like little scars. Well, they're pretty healed up now, but I did for a long time. I just had like a depression in my fingers from doing wraps. So, long story short, I was doing a lot of flying on my own. Probably 100. I probably have 200 plus flights by myself as I'm getting more and more flights, and I'm like, well, I'm already a certified flight instructor. I'm already a CFI for airplanes. So what would it take for me to become an instructor and then start building other people in the area to fly with? So I looked into that, looked into what experience I had. I actually had to go finish my PPG 3 through USPPA. I didn't have the PPG 3, so I worked on that for a while, got that. And then I continued to work on building hours and building time, and then went to Florida to get certified to become a paramotor instructor. I also met some people at a fly-in. This is the Lake Cochise fly-in in Northwest Washington. We had a forest fire, a bad forest fire. And so on this particular flight, on this particular flight here, I went up to 10,000 feet, partially because I was already starting in the mountains, and partially I just wanted to get out of the smoke. It was, if you can look in the lower right-hand corner, can you guys see my mouse when I'm moving my mouse?
Yep. Yeah, we
Okay.
got you.
So this picture right here, you can see a paramotor up here, but you can see that I can hardly see the ground right there. Now, we did have minimums like flight visibility, but it's weird because you can see down below you, but you can't see at a diagonal. So there were times where we didn't fly because the visibility did get too bad. And this is at the fly-in here. It's a reservoir with low water in the summer, so we're taking off of a lake bed, very dirty. Made everybody's wings super dirty, but we had a good time. And I actually met a friend there. I don't know if David's watching. David Bradley might be watching out there somewhere, but this is my friend David. I met him, and he came to visit, and he flew and landed at my house. And we came down at sunset, or a little bit after sunset, and it was his first time landing, and he couldn't see that fence. So I'm on the ground, he's coming in for a landing, and I can see that he's going to go long, and I'm yelling, "Fence, fence, fence," and waving my arm. And he stopped before the fence, but his wing didn't. So it's my favorite picture of my best paramotoring buddy, David, if he's out there right now. I did a little bit more experimenting. I picked up trike when I was doing my instructor training in Florida. I actually trained on a big trike that was with a Generac motor, 35 horsepower, 4-stroke. But I'm not an instructor for trikes. I want to learn to be an instructor for trikes, but I just need to build some trike time on my own. And so I put this together. I think I hear somebody talking. Can anyone make that out, who that is?
I hear something in the background. Let me just go ahead and mute everybody real quick. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
All right. You can hear me now still?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So that's my past. I'm going to go back another slide here. So as of now, I've been instructing. I've had a total of 10 different students. Not all of them are really close, but I'm getting people in the air, building students, starting to build that community. Some of them might be watching. I can't see who's watching right now, but if you're my student, hello, thank you for coming. And I've got videos of a lot of these students on my linked up on my website. We have a huge field, 50-acre field that we're able to use. Just got mowed actually, so it's even shorter grass than what you see there. And the farmer, believe it or not, I approached the farmer. I said, hey, can I I really love the field you have. It'd be perfect for this. And he said, well, actually, I'm actually kind of interested in that sport. Can you tell me more about it? And I said, yeah, tell you what, I will fly over to the field. Let's meet at your field. So I took off from my house, flew over to the field, landed there, showed him the motor, and we started talking about his background because he was interested in learning. And as it turns out, he said, yeah, about 20 years ago, I started taking airplane lessons. And I said, where did you start taking airplane lessons? And he said, well, in Bellingham, which is our local airport. And he was talking about his instructor and how the instructor took him out for steep turns and stuff. And he really liked that. And I was like, man, I kind of remember that an experience like that. And so we left, and I was like, I could have been your instructor 20 years ago. And so we went back. I came back. I checked my flight log, and sure enough, I'd given him 3 lessons 20,
wow.
20 years ago in an airplane. And now him and his son are both flying and allowing me access to this wonderful field. A 50-acre field surrounded by other 50-acre fields. It's no power lines. It's an awesome place to be, and it's only 2 miles from my house.
Wow, you so lucked out. That is so nice.
So another lucky thing is just the area that I live in. We've got the mountains here, but this is my goal. And maybe if any of you are up this way in the summertime, my goal is to do some cross-country San Juan Island flights, which of course is super dangerous, flying over water. But I do have a chase boat. And the San Juan Islands are made up of, I think it's 180 islands. And we love taking our boat out there. The furthest I've ever flown is the closest island. I've never flown out there, but there are ways that you could get around and navigate without having unnecessarily long crossings. There's just so many of those islands out there. So that's one of the things that I would like to do this summer and in the future. I'd like to do some more free flying. So I do free fly, not as much as I motor, but I have had some nice experiences free flying this year. This is my first official cross country free flying. I flew over, I was over here at Blanchard. I climbed up to about 4,000 feet, and then I just flew the ridge all the way back to Bellingham, which is, it was about 22 miles. Interesting thing, I landed, my first cross country, landed in a vacant lot, brought my wing down, grabbed it. A couple drove up in a car. They said, "Hey, where'd you come from?" And I said, "Blanchard." They're like, "Well, how'd you get all the way over here?" I was like, "Well," I explained it, and they're like, "Oh, that's where we live." So, literally, by the time I grabbed my wing, I had a ride back to my car. I was gonna take an Uber or something. It was my first cross country. I didn't really know what I was gonna do, so I hope to do more of that. And then I'm also looking into the idea. So I am a certified teacher. I'm a flight instructor, and I'm also a powered paramotor instructor. I'm thinking about creating an online paramotor ground school, not to replace any instructor time, but to have an online class that is something that takes the students through. Basically, it would be a video, me talking about it, going through, just to kind of give you a sample of, me talking about all the things that you need to know with graphics to make it easy for people to come in. Because right now, when you have a student, we give them, everybody gets one of these, right? Great book, but I would like to take what's in here, explain it, create an online school, something I'm looking into. I hope that I'll be able to do that this summer, and it might just be for my students, but it could be potentially if I can get all the get everything worked out. It's something that I could potentially offer to people all around, all around. So that's basically all I have. That's all I have planned. These are just some slides that I made to go over with my students, just kind of showing you the content. Oh, that's a terrible picture, isn't it?
Is that Jeff?
I'm not saying, because
That's fine.
I'm not saying, don't I, my rule is for my students, we just don't do that. We just don't. Yeah, we just don't. So anyhow, this is just kind of a sampling of what I put together so far. But that's, I don't know, does anybody know, is there an online ground school for paramotoring out there?
I'm actually building one called paramotorcollege.com. I'm working on it right now.
Competition.
No, not competition, collaboration.
Static. You're cutting me off. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not. No, it's collaboration.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to.
It's nice to know that somebody else out there thinks the same way I do.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, there isn't anything out there like this. So putting together something would be very beneficial to the student coming in, because what I'm thinking is when before a student comes in, he already read the book, he already watched the videos, he already went through the online school, and now when we get there, I don't have to teach them this is an A, B, and C, D riser. I don't need to teach them all the stuff that we have to teach. So I think it's a really good idea, and hopefully more people will do such a thing. Anybody have any questions for Andy? In the chat?
So you said you got your flight instructor rating in Florida. Where did you get that at, if you don't mind me asking?
So I went to Paul Zarnecki from PPG Planet. So I went to it was south of Tampa.
Gotcha. I was just curious. There's several schools in Florida, and I know some other people that went out to Arizona to get some flight instructor training. There's schools all over the country, I'm sure. But
yeah, with COVID, I did it this past summer was when I did it, and COVID was full on, and I had a real hard time actually finding training that was being offered, but I got in contact with Paul, and he was willing to do it. So we probably gave each other a little COVID, but it's worth it.
Looks like Tony Marzano in the chat said, I'm thinking this will just help the people who will self-train. I'm thinking that it would be only accessible for the students that are going to be going or have put a deposit down on the school, and not just, here's online school.
So my thought on that, Sean, was I was going to create the content behind like a Google Classroom, so that there's the content is there, but it could be something where if I build it and I perfect it, then I can give a classroom to another instructor, and then that instructor can oversee that training. So I'm not a proponent of trying to circumvent instructors at all. It's like that would be like putting myself out of business. I just mean just people out there on the internet that want to learn how to self-train won't have access to it. Right.
Yes. All right. Any other questions for Andy? See, it's 7:45. You thought that you're going to be done at 7:30. So see, you're more interesting than you thought you were.
Well,
so how many hours and flights are you up to now on powered paragliding? I know you said you do free flight as well, but do you even keep up with it anymore? Or?
I actually, after I met the minimums to be the instructor, and have built time since then, I haven't religiously tracked it, but I'm going to say I'm in the 100 150 hour range.
Okay.
I have a question about your 3-hour, 3-gallon flight. Did you kill the engine at all during that, or did you just go idle and use the thermal?
I don't believe I ever killed the engine, but I would idle it.
What do you think about killing the engine? By the way, would you rather keep it on idle or kill the engine? Because I'm thinking that, at least if you have it on, I hear some background. I'm going to mute a couple people. Sorry about that. When you're flying and you do want to do some thermals, what is your take on killing the engine or just leaving it on idle? And what do you think is better?
So for me, if you have enough fuel, keeping it on idles is better. I've definitely killed my engine and thermaled before, and had a little difficulty getting it started after it's cooled off a little bit. For example, you can't reprime your engine, or a lot of engines you can't reprime if it's cooled down. So if you're thermaling for half an hour or more, I've never not had it restart, but it kind of freaked me out if I'm relying on this engine to get me back. When I'm paragliding, I always try to have an out, like I always try to have a landing area within gliding distance. But when you're powered paragliding, you don't have such a good glide anymore. You got a lot of drag. And so your landing options there's a lot less landing options. So I'm a proponent. I know people do it, and there's different theories on this, different thoughts on it. Some people turn off their engines totally. But if I'm gonna do it, if I have plenty of fuel, I keep it on. So
I feel the same way. Any other questions in the chat? And real quick, thank you very much. Kent Stamey dropped $20 in the super chat. We appreciate you. Remember, anything that is donated comes right back to you. So we're going to be giving away some t-shirts here at 8 o'clock. So if you haven't said anything in the chat, please make sure you say hello to JP so we can put you in the spinning wheel of winning things. And we're going to get a really cool shirt from our swag store, iloveppg.com. Any other questions from the panel or from the chat? Somebody's got to have a question. Come on.
Oh, got
Sorry.
DP in the.
Go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say we got DP in the chat. Give it $10. Thanks, buddy.
I was asking my question, but I was on mute. So how can I get an answer? What do you prefer? If you only could do one, would you rather paramotor or would you rather free flight?
do I get to, and I still get to live here at my house, right? I don't have to move or anything. If I can live here and I can fly from my backyard, I'm going to stick with paramotor because it is at least to get to where I can paraglide, it's at least an hour from here. Meaning I've got to get up to the top of the mountain. I've got to arrange to either get picked up on the bottom or get a ride up. It's at least an hour to fly. Here it's 10 minutes. I pull it out of my garage, walk it down, set it up, and I'm off. So that's what I would choose. If I didn't have what I have in my backyard and I had to drive 45 minutes, like I know a lot of people do to be able to paramotor, then I would probably stick more with paragliding. I would lean that way because it is something I think that's a challenge to get good at, and it takes I think it can take decades to really master that sport. Not to say that it doesn't take people and some skills in paramotoring decades to master the sport. I don't see myself going acro more than a minor stuff, wingovers, and I don't see myself progressing there. I see myself as doing more cross country type flying, and I think with paragliding, it's just a lot harder and it takes a lot longer to be able to do that.
You have a lot of that para waiting.
What are you flying now, Andy?
So right now I have my go-to right now is a Macpara Elon 2, which is a cross-country wing, and I'm using it for both paragliding and paramotoring, and it's working out. It doesn't have trimmers, but it has a really large speed bar. And then I have a Sirocco 2, which is my fast wing. And when I'm weighted on that and I'm full throttle and fully accelerated, I can go about 40 on that. Whereas on the Macpara, fully accelerated, I'm doing about 32. But the Macpara burns a lot less fuel. And that's a relatively new wing for me. I've only had it for a month.
And the Moster, is it the Moster 185?
I've got the Moster 185 on a Parajet frame right now. I sold my aluminum frame, and I actually just ordered another Parajet Maverick with a 5-gallon tank. My goal, I didn't write this down. I should have. My goal is I want to fly around Mount Baker from my house. That's with a 5-gallon tank. I should be able to do it.
So, Andy, question for you. Have you had any problems climbing to a mile high with your 185?
No, in fact, I've got a picture here of me at 10,000 feet.
I think this is the dig at our shirt sponsor, isn't it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right, man.
I know somebody needs a Moster.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, man.
Okay, so Andy, what's your favorite part about paramotoring? You like fly really high, or you like carving the fields? What's your favorite part?
Yeah, I'd say carving the field. So we got so many great fields around here. The other day I took off here barefoot, and I went down and it was dragging my toes in the fresh cut grass. That was really, the whole flight was like 20 minutes. And that's the great thing, is that because it's here, I don't have to put a motor together. I have my wings in the garage. I just pull it down and I start up and I go, and I can get a great 15-20 minute flight in. Barefoot was really nice. It finally got warm enough where I wasn't wearing shoes and I wasn't going to put on a pair to go flying. So I just went, and it was great.
You like how I changed the topic there, Shane?
Yeah, I noticed that. All right. Yes, I know.
I guess we could ask Andy. It's like, what do you think about a Atom 80 getting up to a mile high?
Oh, okay. So this is a convoluted story. My Moster, I had a student fall, part's broken. Part comes tonight. We're going to put it back together tonight. So I've been flying an Atom 80 lately, and I'm at 230, and I had flown it before, just limited. I'm way overweight on it, but I've been flying this week. When I did that flight with my bare toes, that was on an Atom 80 and my Elon 2, which is a 30 meter. I had a student, so I set up the speed bar on a student wing yesterday, and it was his first time, and it was a newer wing, so I'd set it up, and I thought, well, I'm overweight, and it's a 25 meter wing. Can I get up on the air? And I was like, I'm going to try this, guys. And if I just keep on running and running and running and I can't get up, then I'm just going to go for a long run here. But I was able to get up in the air and climb reasonably well. Not nearly as fast as on a Moster on a 25 meter and an Atom 80 at 230 pounds. So
how high have you climbed on that 80?
I've gone up to 2,000, but I didn't try to go any higher than that. I just actually got cold. It's still cold here in the evenings, so I didn't go any higher.
We're all making fun of Will because he tried to go to a mile and couldn't apparently make it over 49.50 for 30 minutes of full throttle.
Oh. Will, how much?
45 minutes, man. Get it right.
How much do you weigh, Will?
150.
150. I'm gonna say I bet I could get up to a mile high. Maybe this is a wager or something. I don't know. We've got a lot of witnesses here. I bet I could get up to a mile high on an Atom 80 at 230.
Yeah, but you're starting at like what, 3,000 feet already, or what?
No, I'm at like
Yeah.
sea level here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'd like to see that.
Man,
Everybody that
I couldn't
talked
get to 1,000 feet on an Atom 80.
Everyone I talked to said that it's probably your carburetor. You should be able to get up to a mile, no problem on that 80.
I think I could do it. I don't know if there was $100 on the table, I would probably wager $100 that I could. But I'm
What size wing?
I would try it on a 30 on that Elon.
See, I think that plays a big part too.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna say I have one wing, and it's not like I can change up wings or anything.
What size wing on is that, Will?
23.
23. Okay, yeah. See,
But you're weighted very
That's-
similar to me. If you're 120, if you're 150 and I'm 225, let's just say that's 1.5 times 23. You have more wing per meter than I do on that. You should have no problem.
Andy, you're not making me feel good here.
I'm trying to get $100 bet going. That's what I'm trying to do.
Hey, the
Hey,
man.
Will. Hey, Will, you see how I brought the conversation back?
Hey, Will, did you think about putting your motor on the thrust table and adjusting the carburetor? Did they fly
Yes,
in?
I did think about that, and I wish I would have done that. Todd Scott, here local, he's got a thrust table too. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Maybe I can talk him into letting me do that. But it was a brand new carb too, so it doesn't mean it doesn't need adjusted. But
What's the air temperature like?
it was. And we're talking about Swanee, right? It was decently warm. It was colder than heck at altitude. I can tell you that. What would you say the temperature was down there?
At ground level, it was hot, but I had I had two shirts on and a sweatshirt, and I was dying. I can't remember if I didn't have, no, I had shorts on. And when I got up there, I started shivering. I was like, okay, let's get down. Well, not because it was cold, but because I was really, really, really high and not comfortable.
You're really high and you're up at altitude. We got a lot of things in the chat here that people are saying that they've gone up to 6,000 feet and
Yeah. So let me speak on that. James Parker, shout out to him. He's camped out in my backyard right now, and he was my wind dummy today. He went up there and about 100 feet. The air was kind of trashy, but yeah, he's flying an Atom 80, and he said he got up to 6,500 feet, 150 pounds on a Spider 3, 22 meter, and he still had climb.
What was the temperature when he did that? I wonder.
What was the what?
What were the conditions when he did that?
This is known.
I'll have to ask him, or he can chime in on the chat.
If you travel to the past, that past becomes your future. And your former present becomes.
He was probably down in Florida at Lake Wells. So that's where he stays most of the time.
Well, just for the record, I clearly suck. So I'm not.
No, it's not. It's not that. I think it's an equipment issue, man. Obviously, you're a great pilot.
right.
So
And that's
too,
what we're
We've
trying to
seen your
figure out.
videos.
I think maybe it might even be a compression issue. So
Well, that's easy to check
yeah,
if you got a gauge.
I don't have a
I
gauge.
think your muscle's just more dense than most people, so you're probably pushing like 280 or something, Will.
Yeah,
There you go. More powerful than we thought. Well, I mean, with everyone that's listening to this, I mean, we're live here now at clearproptv.com. You can always come over here and check us out if you're listening to us on paratalk.org or your favorite podcasting app. Just so everyone knows that we're going to be spinning the spinning wheel here in just a moment. And we appreciate the donations in the super chat. Let me go through them real quick because we did get Kent Stamey, DP, John Wayne, thank you very much. Sent us a little super sticker. Mark H, PPG Trike Jockey, gave us 15, said keep the wheels going. And of course, our own Shannon West sent us $5 and said bravo. So we appreciate everyone that has donated. And if you haven't said anything, please say hello to JP. Give him like an at JP and say, hey, I'm here, to make sure that you're in the spinning wheel of winning things. We had a generous anonymous donator that is going to be donating, that has donated a bunch of money for us to buy shirts from our iloveppg.com and give to the winner. So the winner will be able to pick anything that they want to from ilovepppg.com,
including we have an orange kitten and a gray kitten. Your choice of orange or gray kitten. Can you FedEx a kitten?
Oh yeah.
Just a lot of holes. Make sure that we put
holes. So,
and also willflyppg.com has also donated in the chat for Resurgence PPG. Rocks. All right. So I know that our guest Andy said that he thought, well, maybe 30 minutes. He didn't seem like an hour would do it. We're over an hour now, and I still want to hear what you got, things that you got to say, and I still would like to chat with you. So I know that you got students coming up and you got things to do. So make sure that to make sure that you get to your students. I know that you have to go here pretty soon. So any other questions for Andy in the chat or on our panel before we have to let Mr. Andy go?
Not a question. Just want to say, Andy, thank you so much for coming on tonight and sharing your story, and inspirational. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, Andy. Hey, I appreciate the fact that you came on the show. It was awesome meeting you out there in Washington State. We totally loved your LZ there with the background and everything. That was picture perfect, man. And I'll tell you what, I try to get out there once a year. Man, I'm going to meet up with you again. I'm bringing my gear this time.
That sounds good. I want a flying buddy to go do the San Juans, and then we need someone to drive the boat too. So,
hey, I don't think we'll have a problem finding a group that'll head out there and do that.
Well, I don't know if Andy knows how Jade drives a boat, or an RC boat, but you may not want her in a real boat.
I drive a real boat better.
No, you don't, Jade. Remember, I was your pastor.
That sounds like a fun story we need to talk about.
Shut up, Will.
But yeah, we should plan something. Do that. I would like to do the San Juan trip. That would be awesome. I did that trip on a bicycle many years ago, and I'm talking like 40 years ago. I would love to do that with a paramotor. If you could set that up, I think you would have a lot of people that would do that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll look into it. Maybe August, because the winds tend to die down a little bit in August. You don't want to do it with a 30-knot headwind that we sometimes get in the early summer.
As long as it's not during moonshiners.
Right. And by then, by all the fly-ins that I go to, I will probably not have a job anymore.
Okay.
So
good plan. Yeah, actually, September might work too. We get to where kind of the coastal winds it gets hot everywhere, and the coastal winds kind of shut down a little bit. Early summer could be pretty windy.
All right.
Yeah, sounds like a deal.
Sorry about that. I guess there's a little bit of a lag. Any other questions in the chat or on the panel for Mr. Andy? PPG Safe.
Did he give contact information, how people could reach out to him in his school at the beginning of the show?
PPGsafe.com.
Okay.
Or ppgsafe@gmail.com. You can send me a message there. And actually, since I've got a group of super experienced pilots, have any of you ever pulled the flywheel and replaced the Carter mount on a Moster 185? That's my question to the group, because that's what I'm about ready to go do.
Shane, you pulled. What was the question again? I'm sorry, Andy.
We've got a broken Carter plate mount, which is part of the engine mount, but on the backside we have to pull the flywheel off in order to get there, and I've never done that before, so it'll be a first time for me. Has anyone ever done that, and any tips?
Yeah, I did it, and I got a video.
Oh,
Awesome.
got a video for that, huh?
You know it. I got a video for everything.
But it's
Not
going to cost
everything. Some of the videos you have to pay for. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll find that video and I'll send it to you. Yeah, I had to replace one because the one of the bolts that hold my starter broke off for some reason, and there was a big divot in it. So I had to replace the whole thing. I had to pull the flywheel and replace everything.
How long did that take you?
Well, if I had all the parts, probably just the afternoon, but because I thought it was just going to be the starter, I bought the starter and then I pulled it apart. Then I realized I need more, so I had to keep on buying as I was going. So if you have all the parts,
I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm hoping it's a 1 hour or 2 hour job. So
yeah, it's really not that difficult as long as you got a flywheel puller.
That and piston lock. Did you use that as well?
No, I did not.
Okay. Maybe that's why it took you 3 weeks.
Well, to find a good puller, I actually tried a couple different pullers. I had a whole set of different pullers for like motorcycles, and one of them actually worked. But I also ordered on back order from Viterazzi an actual puller from Viterazzi, and that one actually worked better.
Okay, so that may be my problem. I won't know till I get in there if I have the right one or not. So I could be 3 weeks too, trying to chase that part.
Yeah.
And until then, I'll be flying the Atom 80 and hitting a mile high.
Well, you got my number, so just call me and I'll tell you what I know. And
Awesome.
I don't know a lot, but I just know what I did.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Andy in the chat or on the panel? Want to say hello to Jim. Looks like Jim joined us in the background. DP, David Perry did. Eric and Jade joined us.
Andy, I really enjoyed hearing your story, man. And I have a trip, hopefully in the next year, planned going to the Northwest. So Oregon, Washington State, North Dakota, all the way over to Washington State. So I'm going to try to remember you, man, and come fly with you.
All right, ppgsafe@gmail.com. Hit me up when you're heading
I
over.
will.
And also, don't forget, you can always go to paramotorguest.com and you'll be able to get to Andy's social media. I think we have it linked up to his Facebook right now. So if you go to paramotorguest.com, it goes to his Facebook. Make sure you say hi to him on his Facebook. Down in the description, you'll see all of his information also. Make sure you say hello to him. Go to his YouTube channel and subscribe and hit that bell notification because he wants you to. Because it's the right thing to do. Speaking about the right thing to do, also thank you very much. Shannon West dropped 5 and Will Fly dropped 5 more. I don't know if I said that already. If I did, thank you again. We're gonna be spinning the spinning wheel of winning things, so please make sure that JP has your name. Andy, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for being the only person. This is episode 72, season 2. Actually brought a slideshow to the show. Amazing.
Did it help? Was it worth it?
I'm going to require my guests from now on to build their own PowerPoints from now on.
Exactly. He was the most prepared interviewer that we've ever had, man. He came on with a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, very good.
Was set up.
Excellent,
So,
Andy.
the rest of y'all have something to live up to going forward. No, I'm just kidding. Come tell your stories, man. We want to hear them all.
Yeah.
That's what
We love
happened.
humility.
No, I was just kidding. No one's required to do anything, but that was pretty cool. So we've got to remember that episode 72 was the first one that has been done, the first PowerPoint.
And you guys all heard it, that Will bet me $100 that I couldn't get to a mile high, right? You guys all heard that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll get the Avery of it, and I'll send you my address for the
Yeah, okay.
Benjamin.
Do that. Hey, Andy, one last question. you're in Washington State, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is Washington State known for? I mean, like, it's a thing.
Wow. The first thing that came to my mind when you said that is apples, but I mean that's I don't know, Microsoft, Amazon. They're also kind of second and third thoughts when I think of Washington. Mountains, and the Puget Sound, like the San Juan Islands, Puget Sound. I guess that's 5 things, but maybe it's better than apples because that's what.
Yeah, apples. I think Microsoft would be probably a little bit better, but hey, that's cool.
And is it Washington?
And Boeing airplanes.
Yep.
Didn't they move?
Mount St. Helens.
They're here in Charleston now.
And the needle, right?
Hey, Will Fly, what is North Carolina known for?
Oh man, come on! First in flight, everybody knows that.
Oh, wait
Yeah.
for it.
You know who hasn't answered that question?
Whoa.
I have the floor.
You know,
Wait a minute, JP. I had the floor before, and then you.
go ahead.
All right, man. Sean, how do you feel about this whole North Carolina, Ohio thing?
Well, what's the question?
Well, I mean, as far as North Carolina saying they're first in flight, and then like, I don't know what, a year ago, Ohio started saying they're the birthplace of aviation. Wasn't it about a year ago, something like that?
A year ago. That's been on license plates for like 100 years. Birthplace of aviation.
The only thing I think about when I
How
hear
is that?
Ohio is potatoes. I'm sorry, I hear potatoes.
Ohio is bad driver.
Potatoes. You know what? My family owned a potato farm in Ohio. They still. Yep, they sure do. But I never.
A $100 wager coming up.
JT, when are you gotta do the group shot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So,
We leave Andy before Andy gets out here.
no rebuttal, JP.
Well, hold on, let's do a group shot real quick, and we'll continue. And Andy, go ahead and give us a thumbs up or whatever. And
That's what we do.
1, 2, 3. Cool.
I hope that was it because I'm not.
I didn't hear the shutter.
No more.
Yeah, I got headphones in.
Okay.
My
So we're gonna
done.
spin the wheel in just a minute, but as far as I'm concerned, because I used to live in North Carolina is first in flight, and Ohio is where I got potatoes. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
This just in.
What?
There's breaking news.
What?
Oh my goodness. Hold on 1 second. Let's check this
What
out.
is it? What is it?
know.
Molly.
Oh, we got screen share.
Can you see my screen share?
Yes, we can. Oh, crap. Make a big screen.
Okay, we're here at beautiful, sunny Americus, Georgia at the Bad Apples Fly-In. And what would be a better place to do a scientific survey to settle the question once and for all? Ohio claiming to be the birthplace of aviation and North Carolina claiming to be first in flight. Let's get started. Sir? Yeah. Do you mind, we're conducting a highly scientific survey, and would you mind answering a couple of questions?
Yeah, I'll answer.
Okay, I'm going to name a couple of states to you. I'm going to call them out, and all you have to do is, off the top of your head, the first thing that you think of, tell me what that state's significance is as far as its contribution to the world.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Ohio.
Oh, that's the Buckeye State.
Okay, very good, very good. How about North Carolina?
Oh, that's first in flight. Everybody knows that.
Excellent. Thank you for your time.
You bet. Thanks.
All right. Sir, would you mind helping us out with our highly scientific, what do you call it?
Experiment.
Experiment? No, not an experiment.
Well, yeah.
It's a survey.
Survey. Survey.
Okay,
Survey.
Yes. Okay. Ohio.
Nothing.
Okay, nothing. I guess that's an answer. Okay. How about North Carolina?
First in flight.
First in flight. Very good. Sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem at all.
Ohio.
It's on air, wasn't it,
Is
JP?
Ohio State? Wasn't sure anybody actually lived there. Well, I do believe it's round on the end and high in the middle. But so your answer would be you're not sure? I don't. It is a state.
It is a state, but I think maybe we should rethink that if it qualifies as a state.
Okay. Well, hey, that's an answer.
Yes.
North Carolina.
That keeps South Carolina under control, don't they?
Man, he is not playing nice, is he? You son of a bitch. North Carolina.
Oh, that's easy. Two brothers started flight there, first in flight.
Indeed they did. That would be the Wright brothers. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem.
Ohio.
The greatest wife I've ever had is from there.
Greatest wife. Very nice, very nice. First time someone said that. Okay, number 2 would be North Carolina.
Oh, that's easy. That's the that's the Jesus. It's where they first in flight.
Okay, first in flight.
That's
very
very
good.
important. That's probably the greatest thing of aviation is the first in flight.
Of course, yeah, very good. I couldn't agree more. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Ohio.
Buckeyes?
Buckeyes. Buckeyes. Buckeyes, but very good, very good. North Carolina.
First in flight.
First in flight. Good
the
answer.
Wright brothers.
Ma'am, we appreciate your helping us
all right.
out.
The Wright brothers are from Ohio.
Ohio stole the Rock and Roll Museum from my hometown, Memphis.
Stole the rock and roll music from museum from his hometown, Memphis. Very interesting. I think that's in Akron. Is that right? Cleveland. Okay. North Carolina.
First in flight.
First in flight. Very good. I think that's our number 1 answer on that one too, isn't it?
Agreed.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. The gentleman over there said that you were his wife and that you were raised and born in Ohio?
That is correct. That's
okay.
correct.
Ohio.
Oh, chili spaghetti, heart of the United States, and the most presidents born in the United States.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well,
I'm from there. You know that.
Hey, man, I learned something there. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Okay.
She must be North Carolina.
Oh, first in flight. Wright brothers.
Wright brothers. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Very good. All right. Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
Oh,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
your
Thank you.
participation.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Ohio.
What a great state. Ohio is known for being the only state that begins and ends with the letter O.
Awesome. Wow, that is awesome. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Water
North
slide
Carolina.
tester.
Oh, first in flight.
Right on. You know, that seems to be the most common answer we're getting in this survey. Thank you very much, sir.
You got it.
Back to you, Sean.
And thank you very much. I think
Water. Water slide tester is the best.
All I gotta say is I
Wow.
picked a hell of a time to miss a fly-in or part of it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I think the chicken sexer was my favorite.
I had to do a double check on that. Was like, chicken, what is he doing? What?
We had a lot of fun making that.
Oh,
And seriously, JP, hey, you know, don't take it seriously, even though
It's all coming together now. I was like, what are these guys talking about?
it was
Hey,
driving.
JP, you should have been a bad apples man.
Next year I'll have to. Next year, I'm gonna run the poll. Okay, we'll see what people say when I'm asking the questions.
Well, you're gonna be
all
at Moonshiners, right?
Yes, maybe.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about it because this
Okay.
sucked.
I
It
know.
sucked.
I
Like
know.
witnessing the fly-in and seeing everybody talk about it, and I don't like it. I want to go.
You can go to counseling later. Now's not the time.
Probably gonna have to. Probably gonna have to. Like getting burned that hard. Like took me to school.
You're all heart, Shane.
All right, Mr. Andy, we appreciate you being on the show and listening to our shenanigans. We love listening to you and your story. Really awesome. Are you going to be going to any fly-ins in the future?
I don't know, actually. This coming year, so there was that Northwest, the Northwest fly-in. There was one actually this weekend on the Oregon coast that I couldn't go to. But I'd love to meet up and do something this summer. I have no plans yet. It's just so far. I think Eric and Jade would be able to attest that we're pretty far out here. So hopefully there's something that happens.
Start now.
Yeah, well, I think that this crew and a lot of other people are going to be going to Moonshiners, so it's probably going to be another awesome fly-in at the Moonshiners, which is August 4th through the 8th. Is that right?
Yes, something like that. I know it starts on the 4th.
Okay.
And where's this at?
Yes.
Tennessee.
It's in Tennessee.
Mountain
Okay.
City, Tennessee.
Mountain City.
That's a long ways from Washington State. I know.
Yeah, everything's a long way from Washington State, unfortunately.
Well, maybe I'll have to hold one up. I'll have to hold one up here in the San Juan Islands. You guys come join it.
Well, there
Andy, if you want to come out to Moonshiners, all you got to do is bring a wing. I got a motor for you, and you'll have a ball. If you want to come out here, yeah, bring your wing because you're familiar with your wing. I got a foot launch unit you can use, or you can use the trike. Either one.
You can use my Angel if you want to. Also, we'll have plenty of motors for you to use.
Awesome. Well, that would make it super easy. Actually, I for my paramotor instructor training, I had to fly across country with my motor, and so I've done it before. It was tough because I had to take the whole thing apart and then mail the engine separately, and put it all back together. But
that doesn't sound like fun.
And no.
Amazing show for you tonight. So
Good job, Sean.
That probably was me. All right. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Did we do the spinny wheel yet?
Oh,
no. Mr. Andy's got to go. He's got to do some stuff with students. So we're going to spin the wheel here in just a moment. But we want to say thank you, Andy Holmes. Appreciate it. PPG safe. You're more than welcome to jump on the show anytime that you want to. I know that you're busy with students, but thank you very much for joining us, and can't wait to meet you on, in the air someplace.
Yeah, perfect. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, and I hope to meet up with you all somewhere, maybe Moonshiners. I got August 4th written down right here. So
absolutely. Hey, Andy, also do us a favor. Go over to clearproptv.com, fill out that little form there. Let us know your information. We'll send you some stickers and stuff through the mail as a thank you for being a guest on the show.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys later. I've got to go pull a flywheel. So
have fun. It's easy
right.
peasy.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks again for coming on, man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care, Andy.
Thank you again. Thanks again, Andy.
29.
I can't see anybody.
Right, we got everybody.
Who can't see anybody?
Me.
David?
I just see myself, and I've seen way too much of that.
Oh, haven't we all? Oh, geez, there he is.
All right, JP. Yeah. Since we all know that NC is first in flight and all, we love you, but we appreciate you being on the show and being our senior network engineer that takes care of the spinning wheel of many things. And
you said senior? What?
He's our senior network engineer.
Senior.
Yes.
Pretty much
I hate that word. Sorry.
Ever.
Vice president in charge of spinny things.
Yeah, I like that.
I think you're actually the president. You're the president.
President of spinny things.
You are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Of all things spinny. President in charge of all things spinny. Yes.
We got baby flamingos we could put on the market for you.
Okay. All right. We'll spin for a kitten.
So they turn pink.
Is that a real flamingo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They hatched them over. They hatched before you got to bad apples, or they hatched.
What sex is it?
Yeah.
One of them hatched before they got.
I will tell you later.
Hey, Sean, you didn't hear him at night at all, did you?
What's that?
You didn't hear him at all at night in the camper, did you?
Actually, no. When I went to sleep, I was in the third floor suite of his camper.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I only made it up to the second floor. I never saw the third floor. Got you.
So I don't know what floor they were on. I think they're on the main floor. So I was on the third floor suite, and I didn't hear no chicks.
Oh, you didn't know chicks?
Didn't hear no
That
chicks.
sounds funny.
You were up in the flamingo's nest?
Oh.
Chicken's coop.
Well, you know, I have to be careful what I say, because if I say that I was rooming, with a bunch of chicks, it sounds kind of bad. But I actually
yeah.
I was hanging out in Eric and Jade's place with a bunch of chicks.
Hey, Mark Elroy makes a great point in the chat.
Yes,
he said those will be dinner size by moonshiners.
I agree.
Oh.
I am bringing my smoker. I'm just saying.
Think about it. When you get ready to teach them how to fly, you just take them up in a paramotor to a couple thousand feet and set them free. They fly.
Oh my gosh.
Right now, Brian, I guarantee you right now they're small enough at full throttle. You can put one through the prop and it'll never hit it. Try it.
Oh, stop. Danny. No.
You don't eat chicken, Linda?
Yeah, but I like the little peepers.
Yeah, they're more tender.
Chicken nuggets.
Oh.
Okay, you know what? That's a good idea, real quick. And I'm not talking about the nuggets, but the flamingo. Let's have flamingo as our secret word of the podcast. If you go to clearproptv.com and fill out that form there, and at the very bottom where it says Paramotor jokes, just put flamingo. We will send you something for knowing the secret word of the podcast. And if you're listening to this right now, you can do the same thing. So we appreciate you listening to us on your favorite podcasting app. Just go to clearproptv.com and fill out the form. And at the very bottom where it says Paramotor jokes, you got to give us a paramotor joke, but you got to end it with flamingo. And we'll send you something out too from ClearProp TV.
That's funny.
I got a joke right now. I have a joke.
All right.
What does a flamingo? What does a flamingo and Dave Perry have in common?
Oh God.
And DP.
Standing on one leg.
They're both pink. Oh, who said that? Who got it?
Will got it.
Wow.
And Will.
If you guys don't know, DP is going to be, he actually took his very first tandem over at Bad Apples.
Yeah, I wanted to ask DP what I know it was awesome, but tell us a little bit about that.
I kind of sucked, really. I just, no, it was,
yeah, give it up.
It was amazing. I don't have, as eloquent as I usually am. I don't have a lot of words for it. It was, I do recall asking Kyle Mooney, so do people get emotional on these flights? And he says, oh yeah, all the time. And I said, good, because I am. I was, it was everything I had hoped it would be and then some. And I know I told the folks on the ground before I left, when I land, I'm either going to cancel my training in 2 weeks or I'm going to stick with it. And I'm definitely sticking with it. So yeah, it was so amazing. And just being able to have the controls and play with those a little bit, that was really awesome.
Dude,
and Kyle was fun. He was doing some wing overs and stuff. And it was funny. He said, so do you get motion sickness? I said, I don't think so. And he goes, all right, well, you want to do some wing overs? Because we'll find out pretty quick if you do.
Wow.
So yeah, it was just awesome. And I'm afraid of heights. And like everyone has been telling me, it's different when you're up there. And it was, I was not afraid at all. And I don't know if it's because I've watched a couple of 100 hours of PPG videos and I just have that kind of view in my head of the ground below your feet, but it felt like I was home. It was just so weird. It was just like, this is what I've been seeing, but to see it you know, to be the one seeing it and not watching it on video was just freaking amazing and special, and I'll never forget it.
Oh my God, you're so lucky, dude. Kyle Mooney's the very first pilot I saw fly, and some people in the chat might not know who he is, but I just got to know, when you got up there and Kyle was giving you your first tandem ride, did you want to do the infinite tumble?
Yeah.
Because he's like one of 6 people in the world that can do it. You're one of the best paramotor pilots in the world on your first tandem.
Uh-oh. Oh, is this Sean's?
What, mine? I had the volume off.
Man, I need to lose weight in my back.
What? Were you able to see this?
Yes.
You were? Okay.
Yes.
We were hoping
I tried to post it on Facebook, but I don't know. Because I killed my Facebook account a while ago. So the one I have now is just for paramotoring. And yeah, I'm learning the ropes.
Hey, Dave, I would love to have watched this, but I was too busy slaving over the smoker. I was unable to really get any kind of free time.
It was delicious, though, if that counts.
And that's Allie right there. We had her on our show too.
Thank goodness Allie came over and helped me with my left arm, because they told me when you get in, it's best to put both arms through first and then sit down. And I'm like, dude, I don't know yoga. So I got my right arm in, and she saw I'm a little thick for that front seat. So yeah, she came over and helped me get my left arm in. And yeah, right now I'm just like, I'm actually doing this. I'm doing this. And it was just amazing. It was so smooth too. I mean, it was like riding on a riding lawnmower almost.
So you said he did the controls for a while, the brakes?
Yeah. Once we got up, he messed around a little bit, and then he said, you want the controls? I'm like, yeah. So yeah, it's interesting because he said, now what you're having to pull right now to turn us is like 4 times what you're going to have to pull when you're actually just on your paramotor, which really surprised me because I think that was a 38 meter wing we were on.
That's a big wing.
But it was, I mean, shoot, if I have to pull a quarter of what I pulled on that, it's going to be like fingertip pulling, because that was not difficult at all to turn on that thing. And I was really surprised at how easy it was.
How long was
when Amy did solo or her tandem with Kyle, he told her, he said, when you pull these brakes, it's going to feel like you're turning a bus compared to what it's going to feel like when you fly on your own.
And all I'm doing right now is I'm looking at my feet. I'm hoping my prosthetic doesn't fall off, but I've got it pretty secured. And yeah, right there, I'm just like, holy shit, here we go. Oh, sorry, PPG 13.
No, it's just PPG.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was awesome.
It was just amazing. And it was pretty congested at that time too. So when he gave me the controls, I decided to like turn to the left the first time, and he said, hey, look over to your left. And I looked over there, and there's like 2 PPG guys right there. And he's like, so make sure you're always checking your surroundings. I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. So
question in the chat for DP. Dave Wolf wants to know, did Kyle give you the big toggles or the tip steering?
I got the big toggles.
Okay.
How long did you fly? How long was that flight? I know
I think it was like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. What do you think, Sean?
I never saw you land.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. I mean, it was just, everything was just flying by. It was just, my brain was just in hyper mode, but I'm going to guess maybe 10 minutes or so.
Well, I asked Allie, and she said it was probably going to be 20 minutes. So I'm not sure what it actually was.
Maybe it was like 15. I don't think it was 20, but I could be wrong. Whatever it was amazing. And yeah, we curled around and went like over the roads and the telephone lines and everything. And it was just like, it was just I mean, you all know what I'm talking about. What the hell am I saying? But it was just, for my first time to be experiencing that, it was so awesome. And I can't wait. I get to do it again.
Yeah, it's like a week.
Did you get any video while you were up there, David?
Say again?
Did you get any video while you were up there?
I didn't. I had my phone in my front left pocket and absolutely forgot about it. I should have had it out and ready to roll, and I totally forgot. So, yeah.
I would have gave you my GoPro if I'd have known you were going. I had no idea.
Well, it kind of came up quickly. We were actually at the store grabbing some beverages and a couple of sandwiches, and Kyle called me and said, "Hey, you still want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he said, "Okay, we're gonna go around 6:15," and it was probably 20 till at that point. So we got back, and it was like, let's go. I didn't really have a chance to tell many folks that I was going up, but I had a minute to pound a beer really quick, and yeah, it was just yeah, the GoPro would have been awesome to have up there. Although I probably would have filmed my face or something because I don't have a GoPro, never had one.
When's your training? What's your training?
My training begins on the 29th, so 2 weeks from Saturday. Or yeah, what's today? Monday.
Is that Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll be there the 29th of May through the 6th, I think, of June.
Now you have your own domain name now.
I do.
To get to your YouTube channel. What's that all about?
I don't know. Actually, I'm still kind of learning that, but it is ppgfootlaunch.com.
There you go.
And there will be some videos, being uploaded to that puppy in very short order.
Yeah, I think a requirement of being a successful foot launch paramotor pilot is having a YouTube channel. So,
Yep. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Going to, David?
Say again?
What instructor are you using?
I'm going to One Up, so it'll be Kyle and Travis and Allie.
And JP, whenever you're ready to spin the wheel, you just go ahead and spin it. And whoever the winner is gets to go to iloveppg.com, select the t-shirt that they
I
want.
thought they were going to get a chicken dinner, some of those chickens.
Well, they get a flying flamingo dinner, apparently, also if they go to the Moonshiners, because it should be ready to smoke, right? ppgshane.com.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you...
A lot of people on the wheel tonight.
And once again, Walter, you don't get nothing no more.
Come on, Walt. Keep going. I'm almost there.
All right. Congratulations.
Right.
How do we spell that?
No,
Go
you
ahead
can
and
spell it just fine. You just can't say it. How do you say that?
Go ahead, say it.
Yeah, the spinning wheel guy has to say names.
Yeah.
Ludmila Mashkina.
Sounds good.
Works for me.
You never
Congratulations.
heard anyone named Ludmila?
Congratulations, you.
It's Polish, I think. Ludmila.
LM.
If you're still in the chat, chime in.
Yes, if you're in the chat, say that you're
Flounder
here.
Wolf.
Let us know.
You saw that too.
Was that a flounder? He caught his wing.
No, so Dave Wolf got he's now a Bad Apples. And his call sign or nickname is Flounder because he got the fish in his wing.
Yeah.
Gosh, I wish I could have seen that.
Oh, would you like to?
Just yes.
Okay.
Can you share a screen, perhaps?
Might be able to make that happen.
Where was that, Dave?
David. Sorry, David.
Was that the Dave Purden fly-in that he landed in the river and caught the fish? Was that right?
He just did it 2 days ago, Brian.
Did he come up with one in his mouth?
Oh, he didn't catch a fish.
I heard he caught a mudfish.
Is he gone new?
I may or may not have heard and or seen him be the only pilot that went into Bad Apples Pond at Bad Apples Fly-In. I think that's a rumor, though.
It was a catfish pond. Now, if he came up with a catfish doodling.
Looking good. Looking good.
G'day all.
What's up, Walter?
Hello to all the
hello to heavy on the
and JP.
We had to bait too.
He didn't get it. He didn't get his. Well, he did get his wing wet. Never mind.
He was right up, man.
Did he catch a fish?
So that pond was only like 4 feet deep, I think they were saying. But yeah.
See that coming. Oh no.
Look how quick he stands up. He puts his hand up.
He goes, I did it.
Like, yeah,
was he waist deep there?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think they said it was only 3 or 4 feet deep. The whole lake.
So
but still, I mean, that's deep enough to drown in the wrong position.
So I had the urge, once I seen him stand up, if it wasn't so cold that morning, in my head, I had planned to run, dive into the pond, and start jumping out of the water like a fish and then land in his wing. But it was really cold, and I was like, nope, not doing
it. Was that Dave Wolf?
Yes, that's Flounder.
That's Flounder Wolf.
Yes. I think he loves water.
My favorite flounder was on Animal House, but not anymore.
Now, if a fish would have came out of his boot,
that would have been awesome.
I've heard that David Wolf is quite a catch.
Oh, that's going to have to be a T-shirt, right?
With a flounder, yeah.
David, yep. David Wolf, you're going to have to make a shirt.
We love you, David.
I'm such a catch.
In the chat, he says, I would have rather drowned than face everyone when he got out.
Oh. Yeah. Or how about catch you later?
Catch you later. Love it.
How about a kiss? Fish lips. All right, it did sound funnier in my head.
Does that count? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we count that one. We had some catch-up jokes at the fly-in, didn't we? We had a good time. That is for sure. I finally got to meet Sean in person, so that was our first, no doubt, man. That was awesome.
Well, I was able to ride your one wheel on your little
chair.
Seat, on your chair. Oh my gosh, that was so awesome.
Oh, we straightened that field up with that chair, man. Got to meet DP. I'm sorry I missed your first flight, man. Dude, I'm sorry I missed that. I missed a lot of stuff. Really.
You see Dave Wolf's comment?
My new favorite sport is fly fishing. Oh my goodness. That was such a fun trip. Hey, David, did we ever find out what it was? We were watching your show last night. And and by the way, we were able to get stickers. I actually got a Paramotor Nations sticker from Dave Wolf, and I got one from Rip Man Riding, which is really cool. So, can you see me? My frozen.
US. Yeah, Dave.
Walter, we missed what you said. Other than Dave.
Dave, I was going to say I haven't got one of them stickers.
And you're not going to get these because this was given to me by the man himself. Right here.
Yeah.
Both the men by themselves said, here's a sticker. And I gave them one of my stickers too. Mine are a little bit smaller, so you know, we had to talk about whose is bigger, and Dave's is bigger. Speaking about stickers, we got a lot of stickers. We got some new ones from PPG Zone, so we're gonna give away some stickers too. If you know the secret word, go to clearproptv.com, fill that out, put that secret word in it, and we will give you some cool stickers.
Hey, I have a question for the person in the chat. Flounder Wolf, can you tell me what kind of material that you use for green screen on your show on Sunday night, which is our Paramotor Nation? I'm gonna start doing some green screen work, but I don't know what kind of green screen I need. So you can either put it in the chat or text me and let me know, because I need to figure that out. I don't know if I could just go buy a green sheet, like a sheet for a bed or whatever, and make that work.
You can get them on Amazon. They're actually green screen sheets of different sizes.
Okay.
On Amazon, Paramotor.
Wow.
We got some stickers also. We got the Tin Man and the Flying Flamingo. Do you guys know who the Tin Man is?
Eric.
Yeah, that's saying that's the only hard thing on him. From the Flying Flamingos, she told me that.
Hey,
So we-
you didn't get that text, did you?
What's that?
The green screen.
Yeah, I got it. I just know he has one, so I was just wondering.
Gotcha.
And Jade also, I don't know where I put them. They're here someplace. Gave us
The
some
chicken?
some Paramotor, huh?
What did she give you some chickens that are running loose or what?
No, flamingos, and they're going to be really good on skewers on the barbecue. No, I'm just kidding. No, not only did she give us stickers to give away, but she also gave us some Paramotor temporary tattoos. I didn't know they existed. I think she made them herself, which is really
Yeah,
cool.
but did you get one of these?
What?
Did you get one of these? What? Who's cool now? Got a little toy paramotor. Zzz, see, it goes a circle.
Already have mine here.
Look at
Hey, no fair.
Brian. It's really detailed. Look at the detail of the dude. He's wearing his helmet. He's got his
I know. Jay and Eric, thank you so much. Y'all gave us some great stuff. T-shirt. Will Fly gave me a shirt.
I think I got STD from one of them. I don't know. What?
Yes, thank you, Jade, for my shirt. And I like our little paramotor guy has an orange frame.
You're welcome. Did you get the wine?
No, he told me that there's wine, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, and
You're probably going to get an empty bottle.
Yeah.
But smell how great it would.
Okay, I guess he ended up drinking it before coming home.
There may. There's wine. I didn't touch it.
And mine's chilling like a villain, so I'll be trying some of that later tonight. Walter, look at what Paramotor, or look at what the Flying Flamingo, Jade. Look what she got you, and look at the back here.
Oh yeah,
the back right here, if you can see, has all of the Clear Prop peeps.
Will Fly, Linda,
At the very bottom too. Look at the very bottom. Brian Haydale Waller.
Oh yeah, we got some dude by a hay bale with a broke foot, and it looks like a dog sitting on top. Yeah, that's red.
That is way cool.
They put a lot of thought into it. Thank you, guys.
Can I say something? I'd like to thank Jade for all of her work filming. I saw a lot of it, and I felt as if I was at Bad Apples with you guys. Amy, congratulations. You put me in tears in your video. Awesome. Love you. And yeah, it was great to do it with Carlo without your husband.
Yeah, I think Kyle was purposely waiting for him not to be around for me to do that.
Hey, a question from the chat. Dave Wolf asked, question for Mark George. How was your first tandem flight, especially the landing?
Well, he came up to me as soon as he got there. He said, "Hey, do you want to do a tandem?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." And so we went and jumped on the thing. And to me, it didn't look that bad. But from the side, after I saw the video, the wing got kind of janky when we took off, and the landing was great. But the star came when Ron Torrin from Lone Star Paramotor came over to the trike that he took me on, and started pointing out how the reserve was set up wrong, and this was set up wrong, and that was set up wrong. And I'm thinking, I just went up on this trike with this guy. What the heck was I thinking? But yeah, the landing was great. You know, like they say, takeoffs are optional, landings are mandatory.
I think I'm gonna let Craig Taylor take me up on my first tandem. I've never been on a tandem.
What? No one took you out?
Nope, I never been in the air until I took myself.
I've done three tandems, but I'm not going to do a trike. It scares me.
There's a lot of echo. Hey, look at this huge sticker that I got from ParamotorPPG.com. I'm going to be putting one of these on my car, and I decided that with all these stickers I got, I'm going to make this whole entire wall all the stickers that everybody gives me. So Paralife PPG, David Wolf, Ripman, Ryden, Flying Flamingo. Why do I keep on calling you Flamingo? I don't know. Maybe I drank too much of that wine that you gave me. Put stickers up there too. Also, too, Josh Perry gave us a whole bunch of stickers to give away on the show also. And PPG Zone, a ton of stickers to give away on the show. So lots of fun things.
Is there any chance? My son gave you stickers and didn't give me any. Okay. Hey, Josh, we're going to talk when I get home.
No more child support for you.
Hey guys,
I'm selling that Xbox.
I want to give a big shout out to Nick LaBeouf. He was one of the organizers of the event, and he had an accident at Bad Apples, and I just want him to know that, man, we're all thinking about him, and me specifically. I'm praying for you, man, and you know, you and Melissa, my thoughts go out to you, man, for sure.
Does anybody have information on the GoFundMe?
Yeah, let me. I'll be right back. I'm gonna text her and get that info. I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Nick, I've been to 4 fly-ins, and I camped with Nick at all 4 of them, and he's just a great guy. I've seen him so many times get out there and helps, you know, young kids, students, and work with them and be a good mentor for the sport. And you know, he just had a bad circumstance finally caught up with him, I think, and man, I hate to see anybody get hurt big time.
The last I heard from him was he's doing great. Surgery went great, and he's making all sorts of jokes in bed.
Yeah.
So
good spirits for sure.
Is that Kyle Mooney on that video?
Yeah, who's sharing this?
That's Amy with Kyle. While we were at Bad Apple, she was doing this.
Oh, that was Amy. I thought that was Kyle Mooney taking off.
Very similar flying styles.
So you were at Bad Apples and she was training with Kyle? I didn't realize that.
Not really.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think she did an awesome job, especially with no wind. There, look at the windsock. There's nothing.
Yeah,
that is really amazing. Congratulations, Amy, getting up in the air. That's awesome. It's really cool. Really cool being able to see your live videos that you're putting out there.
Thank you. That one will be on my YouTube channel this week, and that solo was totally unplanned at all. I mean, Kyle was asking to take someone up on a tandem. I said, I'll go because it's been a while. And he looked at me, said, and smiled, and said, You don't need a tandem. He said, you need to work on your own. Next thing I know, he's like, let's go.
So he pressed it. He pressed it.
So how was the landing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I called Mark and I was there thinking to myself, you better answer the phone. You better answer the phone, because he was so busy. And he answered. I said, get on FaceTime right now. And then he saw me with the motor on and all that. He's like, I said, look at me. Look at what I have on. And he's like, did you fly? I'm like, yeah. And then he turned it around for everyone else around him to see. So then when I started talking about it, that's when I cried.
Charger?
Yes, I can't hear you. I've got myself on mute and Mark didn't have his turned up. But yeah, it's a 21-meter charger.
Excellent.
That's so awesome, Amy.
Okay,
It's,
so
Amy George, Mark George is the owner of, well, I guess they're both owners, or owners of the paraswagusa.com. And she also does the Pear Chick pies, and she does a lot of stuff for Resurgence PPG. So definitely all the things that you do for Resurgence, we appreciate you, and congratulations for getting up in the air.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
check this out.
Love you.
Amy, how did you feel once you got in the air? Like while you're in the air?
Well, I was actually surprised, because the first time I was up to do the throttle and the brakes, I was a nervous wreck with Matt and wouldn't look around or anything. So I was wondering if that would happen again. But I was said a prayer before I went and attached to my wing. And when I got up, it hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm relaxed. It was like perfect. It was a complete enjoyment. I couldn't believe how relaxed I was on my own.
Good, good.
And then Kyle was watching me, and I thought, okay, he's going to tell me whatever I need to do. And I remember telling him, what do I do now? And he laughed. He said, just enjoy it. This is your night. This is your flight. Look at the sunset. And the sunset was awesome. I wish I was able to get a picture of it. So it was great.
Did you just get the one flight in on the weekend, or did you do more?
Yeah, we just did a one because it was starting to get late. And he had another student that was actually there to fly. And so I didn't want to take up too much time because it's getting late. And it's 7:30 at that point. So I asked him, I said, after he showed me what's too high for a landing and doing another approach, and he said, so do you want to try laying down? I'm like, yeah. And so I hit the kill switch and did a landing, and the ground solo was a lot different than tandem. It seemed like it was coming at me a lot faster than on tandems before, and that surprised me. And my problem was when I felt my foot touch the ground, I thought I was good, so I stopped my flare, and I was at 3-4. So my foot hit, slipped, and it was like a soft boot. So I got a flare all the way to my bootay.
So, Amy, you were flying while Mark George was trying to move a 14,000-pound camper with his forehead.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know much about what you're talking about, but I'm sure he'll fill me in later.
Oh, he didn't make you kiss his boo-boo? What, Brian?
I said camper 1, Mark 0 on that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to move Eric's camper with my head, and the mansion wouldn't move.
Take the first story, but a second and third story didn't even feel it.
Nope.
I've never seen a pull behind camper that freaking big in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a memory foam mattress in the back of the toy hauler where all the toys are.
Well, I mean, they brought the chicken coop with them, so, no big deal.
I mean, it's so
yeah,
big.
I thought we were having chicken nuggets.
It's so big. They let Sean stay in there, and Sean was like, help me. The next morning, he was wandering around for hours, couldn't find his way out.
Well, I was in the third floor. I was in the third floor master suite, had its own bathroom and jacuzzi tub. So most of the day I was in the jacuzzi tub, guys.
I want to know how you got up on the bed. Did you lower it and raise it to get in and out?
That's a different video.
Hey, Sean was like that old lady in Gremlins in the little chair going up the stairs. He's going to bed.
Did you sleep in the bed in the toy hauler area?
Yes.
Yeah, it was only, I thought it was going to be a king size, but it's only a queen. So
You may do.
My feet hung off the end of the small bed, but no, it was really awesome. I really enjoyed it. Like I said,
You had all the other chicks in there with you, though, didn't you?
the jacuzzi tub was definitely the best part of it. I'm sorry,
Yeah. With the chicks.
with the chicks, yes, it was a great camper hanging out with all the chicks.
Who doesn't want to be in a jacuzzi with a bunch of chicks, huh?
The problem
was
like
the chicks flying. No doubt. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
It was all fun and games. Go ahead,
Mark.
Shane.
All right. So it's all fun and games until Eric decided to get in there and tell Sean all about dude, you should try this jet. This feels great. Sean's like, what are you talking about? I'm just saying, I don't know what it was. I just heard it from outside the garage area. I was just like, I'll leave them two alone.
Well, apparently the jacuzzi tub in there on the third floor was different than the one on the second floor. So,
might be stronger jets. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Eric came out with
I
a
was
wet
going to
hand.
say it was all fun and games until somebody put a snake in the freaking barbecue grill.
And somebody screaming like
that
a
was
little
some
girl.
bull crap. That was some bull crap.
Does anyone still have their bracelet on?
No, man. I sold mine to somebody coming in. I'm just kidding.
They're coming in. It's like we sold it.
Well, you can cut it.
I know.
Well,
I know
your
one
bracelet looks really good. Mark's was all rolled up into this tiny thing.
Oh, no, mine was too. I had to smooth it out. I'm surprised how long.
I still have the one on my camper.
What?
I still have the one on my camper. If you were hooked up to power and all that, they put one on your camper. I still have that.
Will doesn't know nothing about that. He was freeloading.
Of course.
Yeah.
When y'all get a chance, someone share me the video of Mark screaming like a little bitch.
There isn't one. It didn't happen.
No. Thank God. That was the best one of the entire time. And I'm telling you, I was in tears laughing so hard.
I heard you hit the ground, Shane.
I was dying, dude.
I started laughing after my heart quit palpating or what palpating. I mean, dang, dude, when I opened that lid, it was just hovering there. I mean, it looked real as crap, dude. It scared the freaking crap out of me. I'm not lying.
I'll tell you what, who here can ride a one wheel with a chair on it?
Oh,
I've never rode a one wheel.
I saw Sean do it.
Mark
You and Sean.
I tried.
Yeah,
tried.
yeah. Speaking about that, did you have did you video it, Brian?
Yeah, I did get some video of it. It's on my phone. I don't have it ready to show right now.
You'll have to text it to me so I have.
Yeah, for sure, man. I got the video.
Didn't Mark try that and just fold the chair up and sit on his butt?
Dude, that thing threw me off 3 or 4 times trying to ride that chair. It was stupid.
I had no problem with it. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, and I will say this: I wiped out on Brian's one wheel one time, and Jade's daughter ran into me. I have a freaking bruise right here on my arm, and I have one on my hip.
Aw.
Snake bite.
Snake bite.
I
tell you
that
what,
snake
if it had been
didn't
real,
scare me at all.
Yeah.
Check those pellets. Hey, warning to everyone here: if you go camping with Shane and he tells you to check the pellets in the grill, beware.
You see a cooler that says free beer? Don't believe it.
Yeah.
I've opened Shane's grill before and never saw a snake.
That's what she said.
I knew that was coming.
Me too.
Hey, David
I
Wolf.
said,
David Wolf wants to know what is the next fly-in that everyone on the panel is planning to go to?
Moonshiners, my birthday weekend.
Moonshiners.
And
Might
I've
even
never
be
had
flying by then.
before, so I would like to try some while I'm there. Hopefully, there's something there take 2 good shots right before we fly. We'll be good to go.
Amy?
Hey, I will say this. I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody was very, very generous with the moonshine as well.
I'm getting 2
Oh,
moonshines for
here
my
we
birthday.
go.
I don't even know what they are yet.
Oh no.
Pellets?
Pellets. It uses pellets.
Oh,
Yeah,
look.
just-
Watch the
This is
stoicism.
out of the window.
You did something. I saw your hand.
Yeah,
going.
whatever.
I saw my legs.
Man, you can't scare a mortician.
I don't even
Y'all know
think
y'all
my
can't
heart
scare a
skipped.
mortician.
Will's
He's
like,
man,
I saw your hand move. I'm like, my hand didn't move.
You can't scare a mortician. His nerves are
No.
stiff.
I've only been scared one time in my job. One time, and I screamed like a little.
What
I
happened?
screamed like a little girl.
Tell us.
All right,
Even worse than I did, David.
so I got a call. I was on call and had to leave about 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to go to somebody's house and take somebody into my care and take them back to the funeral home and embalm them that night. The funeral home that I worked for, you pretty much, if you're on call, you doesn't matter what time of day or night it is, you go, you bring the person into your care and you take them back and you embalm them. So it's about 3 a.m. and I'm embalming this body, and my smock had a couple of pockets on each side. And when you're embalming, as you all know, you have to massage the body. And I was walking around the table, and this gentleman's thumb got caught in my side pocket on my smock. And so I'm walking past him, and all of a sudden I'm like, I look down and this guy's hand is in my pocket. And I did scream like a little girl for about 3 seconds until I realized that it was just his thumb that got hooked into my pocket as I was walking past him. So scared the living bejesus out of me. But thank goodness I was by myself.
So nobody, have they ever played any jokes on you or pranks on you, David? I'm sure they have.
No, that was pretty much my job. I used to zip myself up in a body bag and have folks come in, and my partner would say, "Hey, you got to check this person out," and they'd unzip the bag, and I'd be like, "Ah," you know, real professionalism at work there.
So DP, I got a story you'll appreciate, man. So in 2009, I get bit by a copperhead. I get to spend the night in the hospital, and they track the swelling coming up my leg with a Sharpie, right? If it spreads so fast over a short period of time, they have to gaff your leg or whatever. And so the paramedic that's working on me, he's looking at my leg. He's like, "What happened?" It's like, "Snake bite." He's like, "Ooh, man, that's not good." And I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Yeah." And he pulls his leg up, his pants up, and he's missing a leg. And just as straight as he could say it, man, he's like, "That's what happened to me, man. You're going to lose that leg."
Oh, no.
Oh, my God, dude.
In the emergency room. Of course, he starts laughing. And dude, just because he had that kind of sense of humor, man, I got so much respect for him, man. You know, he had lost his leg, not in a snake bite, something other, but he had a sense of humor about it. And that was awesome. But he got me for a few seconds.
That's good.
Did you think for a few seconds he's going to lose your leg?
Nah, I wasn't worried about it, man. They gave me some pain medication, monitored the swelling. It was no big deal. They never gave me the anti-venom or anything. But no, it was fun. You gotta have a sense of humor in life, man. You know, crap happens to all of us, and we have to deal with it for sure. But you know,
Yeah,
that's
my wife's sense of humor. She just calls me her husband.
That's pretty funny. I did challenge DP to a race, and he turned me down.
He didn't want to bother with putting you. You've already run into a camper, screamed like a girl. What else embarrassment do you need for that damn weekend?
I know, right? I know.
Yeah.
Get beat by a one-legged man.
Nobody wants to lose a race to a guy with one leg.
No, God, no.
Well, guess what I just found.
Uh-oh. There we go.
No.
He's going down. Oh, yeah. And he
Oh,
fell off
no.
the wheel.
Oh, a little comeuppance?
Oh, wait.
Boom!
Oh, took her down. I didn't see that one. I saw
Oh,
one
that-
where it was back.
Look.
Look how well he
It was
bounces.
so wet. It was so wet after that rain. I leaned to the left a little bit, and the thing slid right out from under me.
Oh, is she okay?
And he took out an 11-year-old girl. It's so selfish.
Well, in my mind, I was just thinking, you know, I wonder if I could take her out and make it look good. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nailed it.
How good.
Hi, Savannah.
Yeah, I got a bruise, Savannah.
she
Appreciate it. You got me good.
You notice how she said, I was perfectly fine. I don't know what happened to that old man. Oh.
I'm fine. My bones aren't brittle.
Yeah, she beat me. She was pretty good on the one wheel, I have to admit.
You look like you took a one wheel to the temple there.
Yeah, dude.
It was in the arm. I got a nice bruise on my arm from it, actually.
Amy, I'll give you my business card just in case.
The only thing she wants to know is if you sell life insurance.
No, he knows I already have a good amount on him. I told Jade I got to see that Facebook Live, and she said he's going to break something.
She
And I
just left
told
the
her
door open.
that serves him
Everything.
right.
What is
It
going
ain't
on?
raining.
Mark, if Amy's talking, you got to hit mute because all we hear is echo. One of you, whenever
I'm
the other one's
outside.
talking. I don't know how.
I don't
we
know how
start
she's doing it because I'm outside. I still have to do all this.
Who said
Hey,
something about leaving the door open?
We left it open and I was helping to unpack. Emma Grace is out there looking for snacks now. So I guess he's trying to save whatever is left.
Did y'all
in
get
there.
y'all some hats while you were there?
Nope. Don't wear hats.
Wyatt?
My wife bought one of those.
Was that 11-year-old parapilot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instructor, right?
At 11.
He's almost got his instructor's rating. He's been doing this for 2 years now. Jade is actually friends of talks to his mom all the time. He was going to work a little bit with Savannah with that wing that we got from Paris Swag. And anyways, but he never had time. But yeah, pretty cool kid selling hats. But yeah.
He's Matt Minyard's teaching him, right? Or taught him?
That is correct.
Yeah, so he probably sucks.
Somebody's echoing.
It's the Georges.
The Georges. Oh my goodness, the Georges.
If the dog is barking, it's Linda. If it's an echo, it's the Georges.
That is true.
What if somebody tells a good joke? Who's responsible for that?
For the good joke?
Yeah, the good jokes.
We have good jokes.
We have echo.
The Georges.
Oh
Hey,
man.
DP, congratulations. I watched it live. Awesome, man.
Thanks,
And
Walter. Appreciate it.
what you said, it's all what you thought and more. So excellent.
I really,
sir.
I really don't know how Jade went live. I mean, I literally tried to send a 30-second clip and premiere it for Tuesday night. Just saying that, internet was horrible and I wasn't able to do a live, and I couldn't even send it. It failed send forever. And then when it finally did, when it was too late, it wanted to go. And I was like, no, not now. It's too late.
Yeah, I tried to send some pictures and, it failed sending pictures. So I don't know what Jade's doing, but that was pretty cool.
Will Fly, I loved your interview, man. That was a great achievement. Is he still here?
Who?
I'm really glad he left in my blooper of couldn't remember what the hell I was supposed to say.
Will Fly, his interview.
Oh, that was really good. That he put that
Hilarious.
together pretty darn well. I was impressed with that.
So on Zoom, for those in the chat who don't know, when you can set your Zoom up to whoever's talking will pop up on your screen so you can see their face, or you can slide it over and pin one person. I pinned JP to watch his face. He was I think he was caught just a little off guard. He wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, and as the host, I can, show everybody here in gallery view, or we can change it to speaker view, or I can actually pin something that y'all can see, like I can spotlight Jim. So even though he's not talking, now everyone sees Jim. So he's like, oh, stop doing that, dude.
I like the gallery view.
I like the gallery view when we do like right here when we do the after show. Matter of fact, I do have the ID and password I put in the chat. So if you guys want to just jump on and talk paramotors, I have to get off the show.
Whoa.
I didn't say get off on the show. I said get off by 10 o'clock, which is about 45 minutes. Or else my wife is going to beat me.
Call your phone.
Chef, can I say your face looks like it's been in the cooker all the weekend?
Yeah, my skin smells permanently like smoke right now.
We all got a really nice suntan. Some of us got a really nice sunburn.
Yep.
Yeah.
My lips been tapping.
Jade showed up with her almost transparent skin and decided for the first 2 days she was going to sit out in the sun. I'm like, you may not want to do that.
She wanted to look like a flamingo, and
I got this from a reflection off of Jade.
yeah, she looks like her flamingo chicks.
Alabaster.
I really had a good time, guys. I mean, I'm so happy that I was able to go to this fly-in. I know that I was going to be only going to moonshiners, but when you decide to quit all of your jobs and just do paramotor as your thing full time, it frees you up to be able to do whatever you want and to be able to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to this Bad Apples fly-in. It was so awesome. Met so many people, had a wonderful time. Connected with so many people. I want to go to more fly-ins now, but I don't feel like I have to go to a fly-in and fly. I want to go to the fly-ins just to hang out with people, because that right there was the best part. I can fly anytime I want to, but going there and hanging out with Foot Launch and Skinny Chef, and the hay bale, it was really awesome. I mean,
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I told certain people 1,000 times to get out of the sun, and somebody just put in the chat how he's burnt when he was asked multiple times to come sit in the sun. JR Paramotor, I don't feel bad for you.
Oh my
Matter of fact, I wish you were around so I could just scratch you, just rub my hand down your arm there, because I know it's fried. You were sitting in the sun forever. Come on in. Oh, I love the sun. Well, enjoy, because
yeah, his dogs got sunburned a little, I think.
I know.
that white one was pink.
Yeah, a couple cute little puppies. One of them was Daisy. I can't remember the other one's name right in a second.
Blondie?
No,
Blondie was Jason's dog.
Wait, my wife knows.
There's Daisy and something else ending with an E. I can't remember. But anyway,
Rosie.
the dogs were awesome, man. There was all
Rosie,
gotcha.
Oh, lots of red, Brian.
Yeah, Red had a great time, man. That was Red's first outing. He did exceptionally well. He rolled
duked it out when you weren't there.
Yeah, that's right. And
you should see that other dog.
He loved chasing that boat.
Yeah, Red spent about 20 minutes swimming in the pond, longer than Dave Wolf, I think. And sorry, Dave.
Dave Wolf doesn't know how to doggy paddle.
Dave, you know what?
He was winging it.
Dave was a pretty cool cat. I was able to chat with him for a while, and Ripman, that was really cool. Also Will Fly too, which by the way, he texted me and said something happened to his internet. He wasn't able to say goodbye. So bye, Will Fly PPG. We miss you already.
I think he's still in the chat.
He is? Okay.
Pay your bills, Will. Come on.
And Paramotor NC was able to chat with Nick Griffith. Nick and his wife were there too, so that was really cool.
Slap his neck.
God, we just had so much fun. I had so much fun meeting DP there, and he smacked me with his foot.
Got to meet Mark. And
Like, what is that on the back of my head? It's a foot. Oh. Yeah, I really enjoyed.
So was Nick the only major accident apart from the trike in the wires?
Nick was the only injury that I know of.
Yeah.
Somebody hit the power lines and took the power out. They were okay. There was at least one water landing. I think maybe there were two, according to somebody, but
only one famous person took the pond.
Hey, Sean, I think there was two. There was one earlier, I reckon, before Dave Wolf, because
hold on real quick, Walter. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just got the link. I just put it in the chat. The link for the GoFundMe for Nick LaBeouf. I mean, worst case scenario, if you guys really, if you can't afford to donate, at least share it and allow somebody that may have a couple extra bucks to donate to it. Can you copy and paste that, Sean, to the chat? I can't. I'm on my phone.
Already in the chat.
All right, good.
I got you. Thanks for sending it to me.
I just got it, Walter. I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure I got it out before we lost any.
No, that's fine. I was just saying, I'm pretty sure there was two.
Yeah, one injury and one hang up. How long was the power down for you guys? Like an hour or so?
Well, it was during the day, so thank goodness, I was already out of the jacuzzi, so it really didn't bother me.
I heard it was around 3 hours that the power was out.
Was it that long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was told. I wasn't there. But thank goodness.
And just like the jerk kind of guy I am, the power's out and I give my only generator to someone that showed up that didn't have power. Then my wife said, well, we don't have power. I was like, oh, that was a good point. You should have told me that earlier before I gave her our only generator away. And then she said, well, we just need the outdoor fridge, which is our beer fridge, to stay cold. And the Lears, of course, in their 3-story camper, they got a built-in generator on that. So they're like, we'll run you a 110 extension cord over there, no problem.
I had to hang it out the 3rd floor, and you finally grabbed onto it and pulled it over there.
Yeah. And then Jade hand washing, because Eric was cheap and didn't buy a built-in washer and dryer with it. So Jade had to hand wash laundry and then hang it up across my extension cord.
Oh man. You mean they could power that with a solar array on the roof and the nuclear plant in the basement?
Eric probably just figured she'd use his 6-pack as a washboard.
Oh, still. Oh, let's get deep up in here.
It was bad when I grabbed my foot lunge out of the trailer and all of a sudden there's a pair of panties hooked to the prop. She had them drying on there.
And it said Eric Lear on the back of them.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say anything about that.
I know she does T-shirts and stickers. I didn't know she did thongs. Sweet.
Well, you didn't get yours?
I got
Not
mine.
yet. You're talking about mine, not my wife's, right? You know I'm coming to Moonshiners just to get that little paraglider.
That sounds like
PPG dude.
Yeah, DP, I'll have one for you. I've already placed my order for them, and I got one for you, and I got one for Mark George. Amy better have hers hanging in her mirror tomorrow morning. So I've got one for Mark, and then I've got one for you, and then the rest of them I'll just be handing out. So to the people that didn't get any.
What am I
Those are
supposed to
awesome.
do?
You better have a little paramotor hanging in your mirror tomorrow morning. If not, smack that boy in the back of the head and get your paramotor. That's yours.
Oh, that one's mine? I didn't know that one was mine.
Man, that guy is not going to have an inch of skull that doesn't have a bruise on it.
What else was I supposed to get? Y'all tell me everything. Because I don't.
Well,
new Muster 185, a new Spider 3, 22 liter. You did get all that?
Yeah, the wine, the shirt, and the paramotor guy for your first flight.
Oh, thank you for my first flight.
And then Brian Waller, we got a bottle of wine for you, but you were coming and going, man. I know you're a busy guy.
You were too busy itching.
He's probably allergic to it anyway.
Damn, I missed my bottle of wine. Hey. Well, I got something to wine.
Drink a couple.
Right, you'll have to whine about it. But we'll get you at Moonshiner.
All right, man. Sorry I had to leave early, guys. It was a weird experience for me, man.
Hey, we all got a rash from Jade.
Not very nice.
Hold on, you're so many hours away. I could talk smack now. I'm not scared of you.
Right?
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, a couple of you gave me shirts and different things, and those did not make me sick. When I left Saturday, my arms were breaking out right after I got in the truck leaving, and I realized after I got home, like, what did I touch with my arms? And the only thing was red. And red had been laying and rolling in the grass. And basically, there's a pesticide or herbicide that they sprayed on that field that I'm allergic to. And I have nailed it down now. It's not red, thanks goodness. It's not those shirts. Mark, you didn't get me sick, man.
It's not my food.
Yeah, it's not your food. I'm definitely allergic to something that was at that field. And when I went back and I left that afternoon, I got it again. My doctor told me not to go back, and I did because I wanted to see y'all. I missed seeing Sean. I left right before he got there. And like a lot of my friends were getting there right as Thursday when I was leaving. So I felt really bad about that, man, for sure. But anyway, I'm sorry I missed a lot of that event with you guys, no doubt.
You actually said you had to leave because you heard Sean was coming.
That's what I heard.
I came back because I knew Sean was coming. And
well, okay, so here's something that's kind of weird, Brian.
What's that?
So you're the very first person I saw. My wife and I just stepped out of our vehicle, and there you are. And we talked to you for just a moment, and not 2 minutes later, we walked up and saw Sean at his car, probably less than 100 yards away.
Really?
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, they came up.
You were very, very near him. You just never saw him, I guess.
So I left and came back 2 days later and got to meet him. So yeah.
So you missed me by like feet.
Yeah. It was weird though. My wife, we got out of our car and you came up like right then, like we just stepped out.
Oh yeah, I recognize you.
She's like, this guy goes DP. And she's like, who the hell knows you here?
Everybody knows you here. Hey, by the way, I'm opening this up, Eric and Jade, right now.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, DP, for the record, when you first saw me, where was I?
I think you were in the bathroom. Oh, you were cooking, dude. You were cooking bacon. You were cooking bacon on that etched out, never trust a skinny Chef Shane griddle.
Yeah, that you can't see that no more.
No, too much grease.
Yeah.
So Eric and Jade, is this going to pop or anything or what? So
Hey, Sean.
Hey,
just
we're
so you
opening
know,
ours
I
as
grew up
well.
so poor, I had to use one
He's
of those to
opening
play
mine
with.
for me. I went and got the one in the wine
okay.
opener.
Georges, you are echoing the Georges.
George.
Oh, that's funny.
Did you see that really cool cork? No, I'm not going to show you. Matter of fact, you're going to have to get up. You're going to have to get up with her and get your own bottle. So, okay, here we go. And check out the wine glass.
Pour me a glass.
You see the wine glass? You see my wine glass?
This girl wine?
I grabbed my wife's wine thing. This girl needs some wine.
Very nice.
Chug, 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 chug.
Yeah, I
chug.
got Amy a really cool wine glass because she's a teacher. Joe, are you going to show?
Yes. Jade, where are you?
What is it, an apple?
No.
Ooh, that is
Look at Jade.
really
See if you can
good.
see what it says. It was a Valentine's present I got one year. It says lesson planning juice.
Lesson planning juice.
Do you see it? And it's got a teacher's apple on top.
And to fill it with moonshine. We're going to moonshiners.
You guys
And then it has my name, Mrs. George, on the bottom.
I think I hear Jade trying to say something, but it's
She sounds like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix when he's getting assimilated.
That's really good, Jade.
This is really good.
I love it.
This
It was sweet, but not too sweet, the way I remember.
No, it's perfect. It isn't too sweet. I think I need more lesson planning juice. It's going to be a rough week and a half left before school's out.
Hey, is it legal to drink on the podcast, or am I breaking a rule? I can't hear him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, y'all are breaking it bad.
I personally stomped on those grapes with my bare feet.
I'm
Oh,
glad I'm not drinking that right now.
tasteless. Very good. Tastes like gay man feet. Happy juice.
Dry, but a bit precocious with a little aftertaste of Eric's feet.
No, I had to
On the
say
back
that.
end.
I
On the
have
back end of the
two,
palate.
students saying gay, and I was like, "Oh, y'all are so happy." So his feet, Happy Feet, the movie, the penguins.
Ah, yes.
Hey, DP, if you don't mind asking, when you're doing embalming, do you take the blood out?
I take the blood out. I do.
Yeah, and you replace it with something else, or you just take
Yes,
it out?
with a chemical called glutaraldehyde. And depending on
Why do you do that? Why is that done?
the main reason for embalming is if you're going to have a public viewing or a visitation. And so you want to sanitize and preserve the body. And that's what the embalming fluid does. It interacts with the proteins in your skin, your muscle, everything, and it forms kind of like a lattice work. So it firms everything up, but it also kills all of the nasties that, as soon as our heart stops beating, our body starts to eat itself, basically. And so, it slows down that process greatly and allows for some preservation and sanitation.
Think about
Dang, David, you're kind of sexy when you talk professional.
Anyway,
Let me go put my suit on.
If you lift all the natural fluids in the body, decomposition starts happening quickly. Do you really want to go to a viewing and see a bloated, stinky person?
Hey, come
No,
on.
you wouldn't. Anybody that's a decent funeral director would never allow that.
Right. That's why I was letting Walter know that's why you do that, because otherwise
Yeah.
that's what's going to
There
happen.
sure is a lot of questions coming from Walter. Is he planning on doing something that we should know about?
I want to become an embalmer. No, just I've always been curious about it and never looked it up. But coming from a pro like DP, yeah.
Yeah, so Walter, if you're going to off somebody, try to keep them in a cool environment if you don't want to get caught. The colder the better. Otherwise,
like Wisconsin.
the cops might find you. Wisconsin.
And Walter, you also need a bag, or like actually 2 bags of lime, depends on how much weight the person is. So a shovel and 2 bags of lime.
You know what? We
don't
might
use lime
get
anymore.
flagged on this podcast, so let's not explain how to murder someone.
Yeah,
hey, let's talk
yeah.
about let's talk about this right here. How to preserve wine. There we go. Now,
I've
have
got
you
one of
guys ever
those.
seen these things before, where you put this in here and then this little gadget right here pumps the air out?
Yep. And you really don't even need that little pump, Eric. You can just suck it out with your mouth on that little thing there.
Whoa.
Just so you know.
Well, Sean needs the pump. Sean needs the pump. Again, hey David, you're getting sexier by the minute, dude.
Sean's like, we're stop recording now.
Oh,
Eric's-
and Sean,
Eric's like, say it slower.
Sean, to make you feel better, we were talking about how to prevent decomposition.
I will put that in the show notes. Hey, Red. Hey, Red.
There's Red.
We're getting so big, man.
Hey, did he take a little puncture on his lip?
Hey, y'all were talking about wine. Well, we have scuplets, or a type of grape, and we make jam out of it. And we do the same thing. We use our feet to crush up the grapes. You know what we call it?
Foot jam?
Yeah, if
Toe
we
jam.
had Mark's feet do it, would really be toe jam.
Did he get a little injury on his lip there, Brian?
Yeah, he did. He did. He got in a fight with Josh's dog, and he whooped him, but he got a little. No, I'm just kidding. He got his butt whooped.
Hey, I bet he had a bath, hadn't he?
He got into it. Yeah, he's had a lot of baths. I've washed everything we have a couple times because I went back. I came home for bad apples, and on Thursday went to the doctor on Friday. Got on steroids for the allergic reaction, and then they told me not to go back out there, but I did anyway. And then I took Red, and I tried to stay out of the grass. I didn't lay in it and anything, you know. And Saturday when I went home, I picked him up in my arms because he couldn't quite jump up into the truck. Then my arm started breaking out, and I realized, you know, what's the common denominator here? And I said, well, I picked up Red. Well, I know I'm not allergic to him because I've been playing with him for a while. And sure enough, I washed him, and I washed off all our stuff, man, and no more problems. The breakout's gone away. But he did as any dog can do with a fly-in, man. It was his first fly-in. He's almost 5 months old. He'll turn 5 months old on the 20th in 3 days. And he is just an incredibly smart dog, well-behaved, never run off, got along with everybody and everything. And I'm impressed. He's a good dog, ain't you, boy?
He's a very good dog.
He likes to walk himself, don't he?
Yeah, he does. He'll pick up, carry his own leash. I'll ride the one wheel on the chair, and he'll run right beside me. He'll carry his own leash, kind of prance in front of me with his head up, you know. He just everybody, we had neighbors that came over every morning, wanted to take Red for a walk, and just a good dog, ain't you, boy?
Yep. He actually impressed me. If he did go over by one camper away from us or 2 campers, you called him, he came right back. I mean, it was impressive.
Brian, I bet he slept well at night.
Yeah, every night, every dog there slept good. All they did was run and smell each other's butts.
And poop on the field.
I had to tell Mark George twice, that's not how we meet. That's just dogs.
I was going to be nice. I was going to ask, was he one of the dogs that slept really good at night? But I was going to be nice and didn't say it. But since you opened the door, I walked through.
I think he ran.
You know, Red's a good dog, man. No doubt. He knows he's getting attention right now, too.
I love that koozie. I need it.
What does that say? Less than 1% of the time at the top?
less than 1% juice.
Yeah, cha-ching.
That's even better.
Hey, I want to tell you guys, man, it was good to meet all of you. I have never met a more generous group of people, and there is nobody right now in my life that I would rather be friends with than all of you guys. So I appreciate it.
Hey, Jade, I think I need some of that wine.
You definitely need the wine. It's awesome.
Mark is talking cray now. I'm just kidding. You get
No,
all
I'm serious,
sensitive
man.
on this.
But I will say I'm definitely not a wine drinker, and this is actually very good.
Mark's getting in touch with his feelings. That's all.
Hey, when you can grab your wife's wine glass that says something about, this girl loves her wine, and drink from it, that, I'm in touch with my wine self.
Sean, I was just waiting for you to throw a snap in the Z formation while you were saying that.
I was gonna. Skinny Chef Shane made something here. What do we got?
Walmart brand potato salad.
What? All by yourself?
Yeah.
What else you got?
And then here's the pork butt.
That was delicious. So thank you very much, Shane, for all the cooking that you did out there. So we definitely appreciate you.
Well, thank you for getting that side angle of me.
What?
How
skinny he was.
I will make the potato salad.
Yeah, listen, we went to Walmart and I was like, I don't really feel like getting into making anything of effort. My wife's like, what about potato salad? I was like, here's 3 tubs. Let's do it. So, and it's not bad. I enjoyed it. I think I still have some.
What's that?
Dave Perry, where you at?
DP? Did he leave? What happened?
Yeah, nope, I'm back.
DP there?
Did DP hop off?
No, he's right there.
Did he hop off?
Hey, I have a question for you. I didn't ask it because we got sidetracked and then Sean got nervous. But you were talking about what you use for preservation. Is that like the cousin to formaldehyde?
Yes, yeah. Formaldehyde's really not used very much anymore, just because it's very carcinogenic.
Cancerous. Yeah.
Yep.
I was just wondering if it's a cousin to it because when I was teaching biology, I couldn't get any more specimens made with formaldehyde because it's cancerous.
Yep. Yeah, it's called glutaraldehyde, which is just a couple of molecules off from formaldehyde, and a little lanolin in there too to keep the skin soft and supple.
Keep it all supple.
So are you gonna try to foot launch, or are you gonna look at triking? What are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm foot launching.
You're
talking
foot
about
launching. That dog, baby.
There you go. Woo.
That's why he's PPG foot launch.
That's right.
Hey, who in this
Not
photo
feet
was
launch.
uncomfortable?
Somebody needs to feed Sean Navsker a sandwich.
Oh, he almost got one.
Did he upset you, Shane?
We'll talk later.
Is that the third story I see in the background mansion? The third story of the mansion?
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Freaking huge.
Hey, Shane, you could have at least thrown him a bone.
said. Yeah. I want to know, is that a tin of dip in Will Fly's right front pocket? Go back to that, please.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
We can't confirm nor deny.
Wait a minute. What are you looking at?
Get back there. Because I chewed for many, 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 many years. And that, yes, indeed, that does look like it.
I think I think that's his
don't say it.
Personal protection.
Well, congratulations, Will.
That's his bubble gum.
Whatever.
Call sign Magnum.
Hey, that's to put on his boyfriend.
I'm just saying that's
not cool.
Is he still in the chat?
No, otherwise he'd be getting killed.
Okay. Yeah, we need to do a GoFundMe for his internet.
What's in Will's pocket?
Condoms.
Like,
Or his boyfriend.
Hey guys,
Is that what that bulge was?
no, he was just happy to see us.
hey, I don't want to interrupt too much, but we gotta go. We are actually just now getting home.
Yay!
Awesome.
Yay,
So-
congratulations.
Thanks for including
Yeah, I
us.
want. Thanks for keeping me awake. And hey, this was awesome time. Enjoyed everybody's company. It was the company was better than the flying. I will say that, but the flying was also good. So
Very special.
you guys have a good night because Jade's got to get busy of unpacking this thing while I go sit on the couch.
That sounds about right.
All right, guys. Take care.
Good
Have
night,
a good
Lears.
one. Thanks for
Night,
joining
night.
us.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, that thing was a behemoth. Very nice. Is that pretty new? Because it smelled pretty new. And I was in there looking for valuables.
That was me. You smelled. I smelled very new in there.
Well, if you slept in that bunk in the toy hauler section, there's probably a little bit of my blood and hair on the bottom of the bunk because I cracked my head walking out of there the other day.
That was the tallest queen size bed I've ever slept on.
Hey, you roll out of that son, but you're breaking a hip.
Mm-hmm. We don't want to break a hip. I mean,
No,
if you're at a
no
fly and
pun
you break a
intended.
hip off of a queen size bed, they're gonna laugh at you.
That's like getting a concussion from a trailer when you run into it.
That is
Hey,
true.
Mark.
Can you believe we still got 30 people in the chat listening to us?
We still really.
Wow.
Listening to this ridiculousness.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
We got 30 idiots? No.
I think most of them are us.
Somebody name me.
Somebody just dropped out. Now it's 29. They're like, "What?
Oh.
Idiot?
Sorry. I'm no idiot.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna leave right now." But yeah,
Rodman.
I really had a good time. It was so great meeting everybody and just had a great time. Real quick in the chat, if you're still here, let us know how many fly-ins have you gone to, and let us know if you're going to go to Moonshiners, because if you're going to Moonshiners, we got something going on over there. So where's Moonshiners at? Tennessee.
Tennessee, North.
Tennessee.
Yeah, it's right on the North Carolina border.
So it's a long drive for me. No pooping in Shane's camper.
That's a negative.
Whoops.
I'm sorry. I was just reading the chat.
It is a proven fact that the armed guard would not allow that to happen. Just so you know.
Oh, I do have something to share with you guys real quick.
What?
Let me move it over from my phone to the Mac real quick, and I will screen share it because I want. I hope it's okay for me to share. It's
Why don't you
kind of
airdrop that to your Mac there, Sean?
What's that?
I learned about airdropping from you this weekend.
You did, didn't you?
I did. And I airdropped with my, sounds weird, I airdropped my wife tonight. So,
whoa!
Okay. Much better video quality.
My wife just said good night, so I'm down to T minus 11 minutes
15.
before I have to.
You got 15.
Your wife just airdropped you, Sean?
She airdropped me and said, if you're not out of here and if you're not sleeping by 10:01, you're in big trouble, boy. So
it's already 10:49.
Well, not where I live.
9:49.
So I am going to share this, and I hope it's okay that I'm sharing it.
What's up, everybody?
3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eric. Happy birthday to you and many
whole COVID thing. 'Cause I don't want to nervous people out, but
we don't care. It's a birthday cake.
Blow it out, man.
It's a birthday cake.
Blow it out, dude.
What's going on? I'm missing everything.
Surprised you didn't pee on him.
Yay! So happy birthday, Eric. We had a great time over there, and thank you so much for letting me use your third floor suite. It was really awesome. The jacuzzi tubs were amazing. I definitely suggest you guys going to the next fly-in and hooking up with Eric and Jade and checking out the jacuzzi tubs because they are amazing. You guys think I'm joking, man?
Eric with a straw.
I was like, what?
Well, anyway, we're down to the last 10 minutes. I definitely want to thank everyone that has joined us. Thank you for letting us know that you guys are going to be going to Moonshiners. I cannot wait. It's going to be so awesome. And meeting everyone over there at Bad Apples was great. And man, I tell you what, every fly-in that I can go to, I would definitely like to go to. It was amazing. It was just like hanging around a bunch of family. You know, I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
As somebody who has not flown yet, and only spending the one day with y'all, it was just like family. There was no, I don't know, nobody put on airs. Everybody's just so genuine, so real. And, you know, obviously y'all have a love for the same sport, and that's extremely evident, but just, you know, Shane, dude, you obviously, I mean, I was there for the one day, but you gave a lot to folks as far as just your time, your cooking, everything. I mean, I'm sure that was very much appreciated, but you know, you're an awesome dude.
I've been told a whole bunch. Thank you. And it was my pleasure. It really wasn't that much work. The Walmart potato salad, it only took like 30-minute round trip to buy. And I mean, it wasn't too much trouble.
Food was okay. Company was great. Food was okay.
Yeah.
The butt was so good. Everybody loved Shane's butt.
Oh, and you're going to get on to me for what I say. Yeah, huh? I see how it is.
What about my hams? I cooked some hams now.
And Brian's hams. Yep. Brian's got some good hams. DP.
Okay, that's it. I'm bringing ham to Moonshiners.
Well, I'm going to Moonshiners, so DP needs to be there in case there's another death in the family because I'm bringing them with me.
Oh, dude, yes, I'm so sorry to hear that, John.
So John Wayne, you had a death and I had a death.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expected here.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but I will be there.
Well, I
might even fly.
Yeah.
But you will be able to fly by moonshine.
I'll be able to. I don't know if I will, if I'll have gear and stuff by then, but
we have gear. We have gear we'll let you use.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that SkyTap Angel. I think that thing would fold me in half.
Well, I'm gonna get wheels for it, so it's gonna be a trike.
Don't worry about it, man. We'll get you some gear.
RS.
We'll let you borrow something. I'll hold your beer, man. You'll be good.
Here, hold my beer. Watch what I can do.
Let me get one more swig in before I go. Hang on.
Hey, don't drink too much of that wine that Jade make before you fly. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
It's got too much Eric toe jam in it. I ain't drinking that.
Yeah.
Hey, toe jam.
Yeah.
Hey, that toe jam got me a little buzzed right now. I ain't
Same
gonna lie.
here. I had a glass and a half, and I don't drink that often. But my gosh, my lips are numb.
That has a little bit more oomph than
Get it, Eric.
Because here I am going, wow, I can't see.
I know, right?
Is there like two of me on the screen?
Yeah,
what is this?
I know, right?
I'm sitting there wondering to myself, what proof is that? My Lord.
They must have
It's got flamingo blood in it.
No, I think it's Eric's 10 toes. I really do.
Yeah, it's that toe cheese is what it is.
He's got some special bacteria going on. I'm telling you right now.
It's that official Wisconsin toe cheese.
I know, right? The cheese
Fitted between the toes.
Oh God, cheesehead. That reminds me. What about that? What about that cup holder that Jade walked around with? Was that not the best?
Oh, my man, or get it up something.
No, it was a koozie. It looked like a piece of cheese, and it had a handle on it.
Oh.
It was a big block of cheese. I mean, it was like huge, and it would fit a Coke can or a bottle in it. And she walked around.
What kind of cheese was it? What kind of cheese was it?
It was like Swiss cheese, the cheese head.
It was nacho cheese, man.
Cheese.
Oh yeah, and Jade got me a little koozie. It said Clear Prop TV on one side, and then the other side was my little cartoon character right there on the other side. So every time I took a drink, I was looking at myself. That was really awesome. Oh my gosh.
Too funny in the chat. Tony put, "Dang, we want to toe jam." He's put, "Dang, we want toe jam."
Toe jam.
I'm telling you, it's the best. They can market that crap.
Hey,
It's good.
I'm fixing to go get that butterscotch moonshine that somebody gave me.
You mean I finally get to taste it? I swear to you guys, he's holding out on me. I don't, I see where I am.
Hey, I gave him 8 pounds of pulled pork, just so you know.
Hey Nick, you're still in the chat. Can I show that that kiting thing that you sent me? Can I share that before we go in the next 4 minutes? So if I can, just say yes in the chat.
Are you in the top 80 going to Moonshiners there, John Wayne?
I'm sorry?
Are you in the top 80 going to Moonshiners?
I don't think I heard you. Shane, did you really give him pulled pork? What else do I not know about?
Mark just texted me.
Yeah,
I can't tell you.
going to Moonshiners.
Did you really give him 8 pounds of pulled
You talking
pork?
about motor?
Yeah, the 80.
Okay, it's good. So I'm going to show while you're talking. I'm going to show Nick's kiting session that he did.
DP, did you get the kite?
I didn't there, Walter.
Okay.
I brought my kite, but to be honest with you, I was afraid to kite in front of people.
Hey, just so you know, David, it's not a kite, it's a wing.
No, he said, did you get to kite?
Yeah, you said I brought my
I had
kite.
my wing, sorry. Oh, did I say I had my kite? Yeah. I had my wing.
Hey, we all do that shit, man. I'm just messing with you.
Hey, we flew some kites too now.
Yeah, let's talk about Brian trying to kill the chef.
Oh yeah, and how the chef is trying to scare everybody with the snake.
At least I didn't try to kill nobody.
That's what she said.
Did you try to take Shane out, Brian?
No, he didn't try. He did.
Maybe.
Shane, stand right there while I back up. Hold still. Don't move. Boom.
What was you flying then?
Oh, it's just like
a hammer.
The parafoil.
Oh, the synergy that I broke out?
It was the Nicola Buffs, but it was just like yours.
Oh, so yeah, it's easy to bust people upside the head with that thing. It's awesome.
Yeah, I thought he cut my ear off.
A little easier than I expected. No, I
well,
felt bad
you
about
did
that.
have a big target.
Yeah, it was shiny too.
KWSS.
Twist. Hey, I want to say
there was a guy that was bald. He was riding around in the wheelchair. I know y'all guys seen him, and he came up to my display and he asked me if we were selling caps or if we had caps, and I told him we didn't have any. He said, "I'm looking for something to cover this solar powered sex machine."
Hey, you know that same guy asked me to borrow $200, and he said he'd pay me back when he got back on his feet.
Oh my gosh, that's
so bad. You're so bad.
Hey, DP, what wing do you have?
My kiting wing is a Bruce Goldsmith Seed. Mark.
Oh, you got a baby.
Alexa, stop.
It's a 14 meter. Yeah, it's twitchy.
Is it twitchy or the wind switchy?
It's the wing, both, but the wing is twitchy.
Guys, I'm going to have to kill the live
No.
stream before I get killed. But we can stay on here after we kill the live stream.
Okay, great.
So don't worry about that. So don't go nowhere. But let me say thank you very much, Kent Stamey, DP, John Wayne, Mark H, PPG Trike Jockey, Shannon West, and Will Fly. Thank you very much for the donations, and congratulations to our winner. I don't know how to say her name, or say Liudmila. Meshinka. I'm screwing it up. I don't even want to say it.
No.
But congratulations on winning. Make sure you go to clearpoptv.com and fill out the form. Let us know what shirt you want. Thank you, everyone on the panel, everyone in the chat. We appreciate everybody so much. If you want free stickers, the secret word of the podcast is flamingo.
Oh, I thought it was flounder.
No, flamingo. But Sean said it, and I just felt violated at some point. I don't know what that meant.
Well, you know what? Maybe we could give away some secret stuff if you say that the secret word is flounder wolf. There we go, flounder wolf, and you get something secret. Flounder wolf.
One word.
Two words hyphenated. It quotes flounder wolf.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Bueller.
Flounder wolf. Yeah. Dave Wolf is a cool character. I like him. He's a cool
awesome.
cat. Anybody that can catch a fish with their wing, it's all right in my book. And meeting DP, man, that was so awesome. And well, I liked you, but your wife is so much more amazing. But
she really is.
How
you got
much
no
of a
arguments
pain,
for me.
Hey Dave, how much of a pain in the butt is Cupcake Krista?
Cupcake Krista?
My wife.
Not at all. Are you kidding me? My wife is like, oh my God, she's the nicest person. I'm like, yeah, how'd she freaking marry Shane?
Yeah, because I'm nicer than her.
Yeah, well, just so y'all know, when we walked up, of course, I've got a little apprehension. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to finally meet all these people. And I'd already met Brian and Sean at your car. But then we walked up towards Shane's, and Shane, you gave me the nice, come on, which was really sweet. And I thought, oh, hey, cool. He's inviting us in. And we walk up there, and I start to open my arms to give you the bro hug. And he's like, oh, no. I want to meet her first. And he bypassed me and went to my wife and hugged her.
Well, yeah. And you're acting surprised.
Like,
why?
It's a no-brainer.
He just ghosted me.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was your hand or her hand on my butt. It was weird.
Oh, it was hers. It was hers.
Did you see?
I took a picture.
Did you see in the chat what Mark H said?
Yes.
About the .com, flounderwolf.com.
Oh.
All right.
Sean, you can make that a website.
I will let him. I'll let him. I will not touch that one. He might come through. He might come through this podcast and punch me right in the face. You will not take my flounderwolf.com.
You get a website.
Who made those shirts?
Oh, Jade did. Jade made those really cool shirts, and
those are really nice.
Will Fly gave us these just so Will Fly gave us the NC ones, and Jade made what'd she call it on Friday? Flying Flamingo Friday? Man, so we had Flying Flamingo Friday. That was really awesome.
Everyone wearing their shirts.
I have so many shirts. I need more days of the week.
Yeah. I don't know why I brought so many shirts with me. I left with twice as many as I came with.
I know, so did I.
I was like, wow, okay.
I should Brought more underwear.
I could have showed up looking like NASCAR and left wearing 6 shirts per day.
Oh, Sean
Kill that
Nestor.
live stream.
He is a character. Oh my goodness.
I was +1 t-shirt for the weekend, so that was cool. I only had to put 1 day of work in with you guys.
I know.
And we're still apologetic for that. Sorry.
We still apologized for to your wife about.
Yeah, it still hurts. It still hurts.
I'm gonna say peace, guys. I gotta run.
No. Wait a minute. Say it right.
What?
Hey guys, I got a bell.
All right. Yeah, I gotta
get a leg up on DP.
Gotta get.
Oh, shots fired.
Love my Paramotor.
So
good night, Linda.
We're gonna say good night to everybody, and we're gonna.
This was
What's that?
like totally fun.
Absolutely, we always have fun on Monday nights.
Yeah. I actually hung out through the whole show for a change. I'm like, yeah, this is fun.
I
But
know
miss
she
you guys.
usually
I
doesn't
watch
like
you
us
guys,
and
but
drops out, but
yeah, I watch you all the flying, and I'm like, man, I miss my peeps.
you know that we're gonna kidnap you and take you to Moonshiners, right?
I know. We're gonna
So-
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, everybody here, if you want to stay here, don't go nowhere, but we are going to kill the live stream. We appreciate everyone for watching. This is clearproptv.com. You're probably listening to us on your favorite podcasting app. We also have paratalk.org, so you can always go there and check us out if you want to listen to us. Go over to ppgzone.com, get yourself a free account, and that way if you're a pilot, you'll be able to see all the different pilots who are around you. Is that like the coolest thing ever? And we're going to start using that for the spinning wheel of winning things. So if you are listening to us in podcast land, or you are not able to watch this live, but you would like to win something, use the secret word today. If you have a account on ppgzone.com, we will put you in the spinning wheel of winning things, and you can win no matter where you are or when you are. That sounds pretty cool. Where or when? Whenever.
And we get to hang with Shani tomorrow night.
Shani tonight. Yeah, tomorrow night. That's Shani, really quick, since you're here. Tell us about what's going on tomorrow and how do we get up with you?
Yeah,
We are hanging out, and we definitely are gonna talk about meeting new. All right, let me start over. We are definitely going to be talking about bad apples. We're going to talk about things that were cooked. We're going to get honest opinions. What could be done better? What was not as good? It should have been better. Just things that the likes and dislikes about the fly-in. Whatever. I mean, we're pretty much doing what we're doing right now. We're just hanging out and talking.
But how do we get to your channel? I don't know how to get to your channel.
If you want to watch the show tomorrow night at 8 Eastern time, you go to ppgshane.com and hit the like, subscribe, little bell thing, and then you'll know when I go live. And if Amy would stop scratching her boobs, I could concentrate.
I know. What the hell just happened?
She took a drink of the moonshine. She goes, I forgot it was clear, and it went out all over me.
I was thinking there's just a little bit left, and I went quick, and it went all down. I was like, oh my gosh, because it's clear. And I was
Amy,
like,
I don't believe you got it all.
Wow.
So you'll hear more dumb jokes like that, and it's not so much PPG 13. I mean, we kind of get a little offhand, but we try to keep it that way. But if it doesn't happen, then so be it. But because I don't have big Sean subscribers, so
hey, would you put a little more plastic in the fire next time?
I never put one plastic thing in that fire.
That gentleman was not happy that came over on Saturday.
No, he came and vented at my tent, and I listened to all of it. It was
what happened?
Yeah, dude came over thinking that we were putting plastic in the burn barrel. And he's like, you can smell it all the way down the field and, you know, not cool, yada, yada. And Shane's like, no one's putting plastic or anything in here. And he's like, well, we can smell it. And yeah, he wasn't happy. But there was no plastic in the burn barrel in front of Shane's camp.
He told me that Shane said that if I find the dude putting it in there, I'll send him your way.
No, he told us if you find the person doing it, send him my way.
Oh,
I would like to say that fire was burning before they set their crap up. So I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I was going to say something as a joke because of what y'all did ragging on Will, but I'm going to be quiet and be good.
Yeah, say it on ppgshane.com's show.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it tomorrow night.
Save it for that. And also want to say thank you, Dewey's. Sent us $5 in the super chat. Did you guys get your cool stuff? I sent you and your husband some stuff. Did it ever make it? Let me know in the chat that you got your stuff because I never heard back from you guys. Anyway, way too much fun. What's that, Linda?
I got my stuff.
Oh, you got it finally. Sweet.
I PM'd you like, I don't know how many times. I got my stuff. Even I put on Facebook, I got my stuff. So yeah, I did. Yeah.
So you know, Linda, if you don't go to Moonshiners, you get no more stuff, right?
I know.
You got a free ride and everything. I don't know what your problem is. What, do you got to work?
I don't know. Yeah. Hell no. I do nothing. No, it's all good.
Louise, thank you for the donation.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, kill this thing, Sean. Do it.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We still got 20 people. 20 people still watching this.
Put up the link. Bring them in.
Do you guys? Okay, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Let me go ahead and put in the chat.
Come on in, folks.
Because we're going to kill the live show here. And if you want to just jump on and talk with us, you don't have to worry about staying PPG rated.
Something.
I love the show being show.
Uh-oh. You've got mail.
Jim, what you doing, dude?
Jim's like, let me turn this off. Oh my God. People see me. Run!
Wait a minute, real quick too, Jim. You got to jump on and tell us what's going on because he's the one that's helping us put together that calendar. So jump on real quick, tell us about the calendar, and we're gonna have to close with you then.
Not the fireman one, Shane.
What?
The calendar is coming along really well. I sent you proof to take a look at.
I saw that. Is so awesome.
Good. I would like to get a ppgzone.com logo to put on there, and maybe we can put some other ones on there too.
Here you go. I'll send a sticker to you. Just slap them on. Just stick them on.
Sounds good.
No, I'll tell Josh. You can always get up with Josh Josh is the one that runs the ppgzone.com. You can always get up with him by going to ppgjosh.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in 3 days. I figured it was maybe because of the weekend, but
the fly-in. Yeah, Josh was at the fly-in too. Why weren't you at the fly-in, Jim?
Okay, how far is it? I know it was 20 hours for you. Holy crow, that was a trip.
Only because of the 40 bridge being broken and they had to reroute us. That took another 3 hours that I wasn't expecting. But yeah, tell us your .coms and how we get up with you, and we'll kill the live stream.
You can connect with me through DIYprinting.ca, carepp.com, and careppg.com.
And we appreciate everyone, and thank you so much for helping us putting that calendar together. We are going to kill the live stream, so I put the meeting ID and passcode. So jump on. Let's continue. Sean, your wife is waiting. Yes, my wife is waiting. She's going to kill me. So once I kill the live stream, we can play around in here for a minute or two. Then I got to go, but you guys can stay all night. I don't care. It's all good. All right. So in 3, in 2, in 1. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Nobody's going to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. Did I kill the live stream? Was that it?
Recording has ended.
It's gone.
Stream, and then we're gonna kill the audio. Where's our audio? There's our audio. And say goodbye, everybody, because this is the podcast where everybody can hear you still. So everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good night, John boy.
Remember what the secret words are. What are the secret words? There's 2 secret words. Well, actually 3, but 2 of them are
hyphenated.
Bingo.
The flamingo.
Flounder wolf.
And flounder wolf.
I like wolf flounder.
See, there's a story.
Is that it?
Sounds like a badass flounder.
There's a
Got
story.
me a wolf flounder.
There's
All
a
right.
story about.
And thank you very much, y'all. And we are out of here. We'll see you next week on clearproptv.com and paratalk.org.
What's that, Mark George?